Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to BattleRekt North American Edition. We were here earlier this morning, and now we're here later in the afternoon. Because that's how time works.
Same day. It's the same day.
It's mind-blowing that time, no matter what you do, just keeps on going.
Yeah. I think, again, one of the concepts that we feel like, we made up. It's like...
I mean, we didn't make up the concept.
No, sorry. We named it. We're like, hey, this reason that, like, why me...
We named everything.
We yesterday weren't the same today, collectively. What should we call that?
We did have to discover the concept of time.
Yeah. That's interesting, too, that we even have the ability to perceive that.
Also, everything...
Why do we question that?
Every single thing that you do, especially if there's any anxiety or excitement involved, is always related to time. Why are you excited? Oh, in a little bit I get to do something, but I have to wait until then. Why are you anxious? I have something to do in a couple of days, and I can't control. I can't stop time.
Woo!
Man, we're getting so deep, and we just got started, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to BattleRekt.
My name's Findable Carpet, and this guy is...
You know what? Tag us again. Let's do it. We already tag. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, did he do it earlier?
Yeah, he already did it.
Oh,
but I saw you call for it, so I wanted to make sure that you got that satisfaction.
Toaster loading, by the way. He's supposed to say his name.
Toaster loading.
That's his name. Toaster loading.
That's what my mama calls me.
No, I think we ever. Oh, we did explain your name once. I think on the very first show.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, where I basically had a really slow computer, and people used to joke that I was on a toaster, so I changed it to toaster loading, and people stopped joking. And then they started laughing.
It's a good one. This guy's really funny.
It was between toaster loading and Swag Dolph YOLO Beard, and so like those are the two names that were.
I almost wish you gone with Swag Dolph YOLO Beard, but alas, we are now one amazing name short, and somebody in chat just made an alt account named Swag Dolph YOLO Beard.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome for the greatest name
of
all time.
Enjoy that name.
So in Europe we had a theme. Do we want to stick with the same theme?
Yeah, we should try it, because in Europe we kind of got interrupted.
We did.
By my kicking of a cable.
You kicked the cable. Yeah.
Everything went real dark.
Everything turned off, and it was scary. It was a scary 10 minutes. So the theme of today is going to be, I guess, trolling, but more of like, and I don't want to say the word pranks either, because honestly, like, videos have ruined pranks.
Some pranks can get pretty messed up.
It was like, oh, I pranked a guy. What'd you do? I punched him in the head, and he got knocked out, and he didn't see it coming. Which is like so not a prank.
Oh, you mean you just abused, dude?
Yeah, you just assaulted
assaulted a man
and gave him potential brain damage.
And you should go to prison.
Yeah. No, but essentially, like, the fun ways of messing with people. Prime example, my buddy used to work at a grocery store. I said this in Europe, but I'm going to say it again in case you weren't there. And they told the new guys that every day at 3 p.m. you had to go shake up all the salad dressings, because if you don't, they settle too much and they go bad.
It's such a genius move.
So the kid would go out there and they'd take a picture of everybody, and they had like this wall of all the idiots that they got to shake the salad dressing. And I can't call them idiots, because honestly, if I started a job and they're like, oh, by the way, when you first
I would do it.
Yes,
that makes sense.
Yeah, we got to make sure. You have to make sure that you shuffle all the printer paper, because if it sits for too long, it sticks together. So shuffle it up,
all right,
put it back in the same shape.
I like the story of the guy at the construction where they had to get air samples.
Oh, yeah, had to get air samples, and they gave him a garbage bag. Yeah. So he's like just trying to swoop air.
And that's when you can like that guy. After everyone laughs at him, he may be embarrassed for a second, but then you can have a good laugh. Like, his life isn't over. He didn't take any physical damage. Like, it was just a funny thing to do to someone, and it wasn't at the too big of expense.
What were some of the there were a couple things of just like kind of annoying trolls to do to people?
Yeah. Well, annoying things of either like going to a drive-through and specifying, making it very clear multiple times that you want your order to go when you're in the car, or ending every single sentence in a conversation with "that's what you think," which is just so annoying. Or having your windshield. There's a whole list. So just so you know, if you look over here, I have a list of 179 ways to annoy people.
I like that it's 179, just to annoy the person that wants it to be 180.
it's like its own annoyance. So we've got things like adjust the tint on your TV so that all the people are green, and insist to others that you like it that way.
That's actually pretty great. Or that you don't see the difference.
Oh, yeah, what are you talking about?
It's even worse.
Everything's fine. So let us know in chat. We're going to be talking about today's ways that you like to either to annoy people or prank people IRL. But that's kind of the theme of today. If you are new to BattleRekt, welcome. We are just taking some time, making sure all the teams are ready. We want to get you guys all in here. You guys.
So let's be honest. We're just taking our time because we want to.
We just want to talk about things. Making sure you guys are. You got off work, school. Maybe neither. Maybe you don't have a job or go to school, and you're just hanging out. But we want to make sure that you have enough time to figure out what's happening, and then we'll start. We'll get the games underway.
All right. So we do have somebody on standby. Remember, we have VR guy.
He's back.
He's on standby. I want to say that he's back.
He was gone last week.
He's been resurrected and brought back from the dead. So he's on standby to say hello.
What the heck?
And it looks like he is...
He's lost. VR guy, can you hear us?
I think he's dizzy.
VR guy, are you there? Oh, whoa. What the heck? He made it. Hey! Yeah, he's no longer lost. That's amazing. VR guy, we're glad you're back. Excited to have your sweet, sweet camera angles.
Your sweet, sweet
vision.
I guess, because technically we're just looking through his eyes.
We're looking through his eyes.
All right, so let's move forward. Sorry to hold you guys up, and I'm not actually sorry at all. I hope you enjoyed it.
No apologies here.
And I hope you guys have some fun ways of messing with people that I will make sure to keep an eye on. So let's get moving forward onto what the format of this tournament is. If it's your first time here, cool, we'll teach you something. If it's not your first time here, well, sorry, you're going to have to hear this all over again, but I'll keep it short and sweet. When a team goes into a match with another team, they go into a map. And within the map, it's a win, score 3. So the first team to win 3 rounds takes the victory, also known as a best of 5. They have to win 2 out of 3 of these maps. So it's a best of 3 in the map. So it's a best of 3 of 5s if you wanted to put it into a single sentence. We're doing pantomiming over here. I don't really like being patronized, but it's okay.
No, I'm just trying to
I don't care.
It's amazing to see,
I really don't.
When the people like start doing hand motions, hand motions, how complicated our words are.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot easier to understand and like, oh yeah, that makes sense when I audibly hear it. But trying to visually spell it out, we are some complicated
like
humans.
A best of 5.
Like what's best?
Like
what's a best?
Yeah, best.
Yeah. How do you visualize best? Yeah, we don't know.
This is best.
We're figuring it out.
Anyways,
someone asked how to play game. Oh, that's a team today.
How do play game? They're probably on it. I bet you they're messing up. Yeah, they're rooting. They're rooting for how do play game. So a team's going to go into it. They have to win the best of 3 maps, and they'll move forward. We're going to show 2 of the quarters, two of the quarterfinals. 2 will be offline, and we're going to show the semis and finals moving forward.
Yeah.
We just time constraints, making sure the players don't sit cold for too long, because if you do all the quarterfinals, it gets a little rusty, a little weird. Map bans. They alternate banning maps until there's 1-3 left. The team that bans second gets to pick the first map. Losing team picks the second map. They default to the third. Just to cover the last thing, champions are snake draft. So the champion picks. You're allowed duplicates. There are no bans. Mirror matches are allowed. And you essentially, one team picks 1. Team 2 picks 2 of their champions. And then team 1 picks the remainder of the champions, the last 2. And then so on and so forth for the last one.
That's right. And also, this is 9 weeks of tournaments, and every single week is individual, so that means individual prizing. There is no points that continue over. You guys, whoever wants to join, you guys can join. We're going to send that link right after I talk about how much money is on the line. $9,000 total prize pool over the 9 weeks, which breaks down to $500 per week per region. Again, EU in the morning, NA is right now. And the way every single Wednesday that is broken down is $350 to first place and $150 to second place. So if you make it to that final round, you are guaranteed money, and you are walking home with at least something extra in your pocket. And again, just letting you guys know, the invitation of everyone to join this. We are on week 6, only 3 weeks after this one. All the bulk of the play happens on Tuesday, so yesterday, and we whittle down to the top 8. We give the players a break. So if you guys want to participate, go over to battlefy.com/NGE-BattleRekt. Again, battlefy.com/NGE-BattleRekt. I believe Carpet just put it in the chat.
Now I did. So I wanted to time it with you talking about it. Yep.
And check out this lower third.
It's on my side.
Check it out.
Check it out, boys and girls. It's open. Anyone can sign up. We had a little bit of a weak North American sign up this week, and I don't like that. I want everyone to play, because who cares if you're bad or if you think you're bad or if you actually are bad. Because in reality, when you really look at a pro scene, and this is going to be a little bit of an awakening call for some people. When you look at the pro scene of any video game, you're usually talking about the 0.00 something percent of people. Right. And even within that, there are people that call each other trash. Okay?
Yeah.
Within the 0.01%, there's like,
think about that.
You're just champion 2.
Yeah.
You suck. People say that. People will say that sentence out loud. But in reality, this is still the tiniest percentile of people that have played and do play this game. And that goes across all game boards. So if you think you're bad, trust me, you're probably still better than a lot of people, because the bulk of people really suck.
It's a great way to live life.
Really suck.
Just remember, you're better than most people.
But some of you really aren't. That's the worst part.
Just not the people on this bracket. So let's take a look at it. First, we've got Overconfident versus How Do Play Game. And then Japan's Finest and Buy the Dip Sell.
You pronounced that very correctly.
Nova versus Vaughn is going to be quarterfinals number 3. And finally, Together to the Top versus Mystic Soda. I love the mentality, the team name of Together to the Top.
Something interesting that was brought up to me, Nova and Vaughn, putting them together, it's a palindrome.
Nova Vaughn.
Yeah.
Or Nova Vaughn. Wow.
Yeah.
Chat's brilliant.
Look at that. It wasn't Chat. It was somebody that I know.
Chat, I still love you.
It was the BattleRekt admin, for those of you that know him as BattleRekt admin.
Oh, BattleRekt admin. He's a genius.
Yes,
I'm looking at him right now. All right, these players will move on to the semifinals. And again, we are going to be broadcasting all of that. And finally, the 2 top teams go on to the finals where we got a winner, where you got some money. Again, 6th week Wednesday.
6th week Wednesdays.
That's where we are. That's
we
where
are
right
in
now.
the 6th week of the Wednesdays since we started with the Wednesday that was the first tournament of BattleRekt.
Yeah.
On the Wednesday.
And Overconfident, just to give you guys some context, Overconfident, who we will be seeing, I'm assuming in the finals, has won every single week of the NA broadcast. So all 5 weeks prior to today.
What's back there?
I thought the bracket was here, and I was going to point to
Notice they've won 5 weeks in a row.
So you can see Overconfident has one here, here, here. We're in this region right now, but this is where it's going to really get interesting.
I do think we missed out on a prime opportunity, speaking of messing with people. If we spent the broadcast referring to this as a
we totally should have.
And we totally
believed
sold it.
And they're like, nothing's there. What the heck are they talking about?
Is that like a secret layer? You know how like when you put on, like people make those TVs or screens where like you put on the glasses
and you can like
see
you
can only see it.
Different things, yeah.
But we see it and you guys couldn't because the lens of the camera.
See, we're going to be messing with you guys all day today, so question everything, as Xander would say.
Our best way to mess with people is with some juicy fun facts.
Oh, yeah! Did you know the draft is up on the screen right now instead of an ISO shot? There it is, and now I'm back. A single ant can live up to 29 years.
True or false, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think a single ant can live up to 29 years? And also, let's just check out the draft.
Back to the draft.
Let's get back to the draft, ladies and gentlemen. That was great. I duped them. They said in my ear, hey, guess what's ready? The draft is. I'm like, cool, but guess what I want first?
I
run this show.
You trolled our production.
I run this piece, dog.
That's right. Overconfident up against How Do Play Game. Lucy Bloom picking up first.
Hey, true or false, everyone? I don't know if I asked that.
Oh, yeah, true or false.
I'm doing it again. Bloom on Lucy, no surprise. Menace on Baco and Jezier with the Polo. Palomo. I might just call her Palomo because it sounds way cuter.
Palomo.
And everybody hates her. Pretty much dominated, invaded, infested the BattleRekt broadcast for quite some time, but now we'll notice that you see a little bit less of her since her hit. Her spacebar, BattleRekt took about an 18% hit, which feels, no, 8%, sorry, 8% hit, right, from 40 to 33?
40 to 33, 7%?
Slime Mage on Ashka, Proster on Shifu, Averse on Taya, no surprise there. I don't know if I want to call it had the honor. I had the misfortune of queuing into Averse 9 times in a row in the middle of the night. This is not a joke.
Were you playing Within the Flesh?
I was playing, no, I was playing with...
Because, by the way, he just hit Champion.
I did a Champion, but it doesn't really matter because I'm still trash. Champion 5 is garbage, right?
According to these pros.
These guys are like,
according to me, it's like...
You're a total poop lord.
One day.
Not you. I'm referring to me. We have 2 conversations at the same time. You're an okay dude. You know, I really tolerate you. But anyways, yeah. I queued into this guy playing that champ like legitimately 9 times in a row. Got a little triggering just because Taya messes with my kit pretty hard. I'm a Baco main. She messes with my kit pretty hard.
Boomerangs go around.
Her Zephyr, her pull. Boomerangs. I don't mind the boomerangs as much. Those I can deal with. It's the fact that pull pulls me out of my bulwark, which is triggering. It also pulls me out of my E if she times it right. She can also Zephyr behind my bulwark, so she can go through me.
That one's pretty
behind
amazing.
me, push me and stun me.
Yeah.
She messed with my kit. A little infuriating. Killed him a few times.
So Menace,
but it's okay. We'll see how they do.
Menace is going to be potentially experiencing that rage right now. Baco is someone we've been seeing more. Again, last week he did get a buff in 1.3. His E has now a stun attached to it instead of it being the BattleRekt you can pick up. And ever since then, EU, I think we saw him multiple times. We even saw him in the finals. I think Ayla Malkek was playing him in the finals. And so that's exciting to see, right? Patches come out. People are already changing. One thing that we did not see on broadcast is Xander. So we'll be talking a little bit about him a a little later.
Also, someone asked, are champions locked in per team? No, you're allowed to have mirror matches. While it looks uncomfortable and feels a little bit off, just given the fact of how the game feels and everyone kind of associated with MOBAs, mirror matches in this match, or in this game, are much different. And they're not frowned upon, I should say. So, we're going to see if Proster can do the damage that he needs to. Ashka's already used the E. He's actually just going to retreat, knowing they've got the... Oh, they found Bako. Then they took him down. Bulwark on the other side used coincidentally.
Ooh, a nice stun into the counter. Now, Proster's got to be careful. Can take a little bit of damage there. Immaterial is down as well as the counter. But he doesn't care. He just goes back in. M2 onto Bako. And that is one dead tank.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Again, went into a Taya.
That, I mean,
being played by a Verse.
That was fast.
That was as they said in the early 2000s, a raffle stomping. That's right.
I remember saying that a lot in the early 2000s. Mom, I just got my grade from math class. I got raffle stomped.
There is at least a dozen kids that use it like that.
Yeah,
at least
all the time.
And they look back and they feel shame.
I know you guys are. I know you guys are in chat with me.
How to play game? This is gonna be tough, and I can't even really say it's just to the matchup, because in reality, these matchups I don't think really are terribly strong. It's just a matter of I think Overconfident just knows how to play against it a little bit quicker. The Panic won't find the nade value, and other side already down. So Paloma has almost nothing but a space bar. Bako's trying to deal with Lucy, as Bako's do so often, but he just can't touch him. Didn't iframe the Petrify. He's going to deal with that. Pro Team takes the orb. Averse hasn't been touched. He literally has full health.
Proster has just been 2v1ing this backline that entire time. Now, one of the things we talked about on this broadcast, the encouragement of, even if you look at a team like Overconfident who's won every single game and you're like, oh, there's no way, right? There's no way I could beat them. That's not the point. You have the opportunity to play against the best team in this game right now. And what will happen from that is learning. You will grow, you will see things. It's just that experience, and you play against them enough and you start recognizing things. It's one thing to watch them like on a broadcast, and again, I can attest to this. Watching this broadcast more and more, watching top streamers play helps you play better. Just think about playing against the top players. So, again, encourage everyone to sign up for this tournament. You guys could be on broadcast. You could be having the findable carpet broadcast your games on Twitch in front of millions. Millions of people. The internet is filled with people.
Shifa's kind of going to get hit. Again, find Paloma the counter. Will not find any value. Ashka trying to get the stun off and the M2. He finds a single fireball into Shifa and then just pushes him back into Paloma, but that time they won't fall for that counter. The selfie gets posted. Blue team again with the orb of Verse untouched. Look at him go, the double stun. He knows that trajectory unbelievably well, and trust me, I can tell you, there is no way you're getting out of that.
Oh my gosh.
Getting the contact on my face 16 times in 2 matches. There ain't getting away from that M2.
Look at pushing how to play game back into their spawn.
What a flick. That was actually pretty saucy.
Bako?
Yeah. He flicked over to Lucy, assuming the other two were going to try an iframe, which they did, so waits some cooldowns. Sadly, though, a 1v3 is not going to be very easy for a Bako, especially when it's overconfident.
Yeah.
The team that literally has yet to lose North American BattleRekt.
So just to show, again, one of the things that I love about this game, the diversity of match times, you know, because like a round will be no more than 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, right? Because by pretty soon the Death Vortex just covers the entire map, you eventually die. But you can watch entire maps go, how long was that? 3 minutes?
Yeah. Maybe.
And like, that's it. Now you're on to the next one. So win or lose, you just dust it off, you move on next. But again, this is a best of 2 maps, so Overconfident taking the first one. Yeah, it's just, I mean, whew, it's tough. They are a good team.
It is tough. And again, if you look at the raw matchups, I don't think either team has a crazy advantage just looking at the champion matchups. Bako can deal with most ranged people. Paloma's just super strong in general. Other side really helps out.
Yeah.
And then Ashka is just an incredibly versatile ranged character.
Yeah.
So I think in general, like, it's not that their composition's at a disadvantage. It's really strictly just understanding the matchup and how to find value. Essentially, Proster is just going uninterrupted. No one is able to deal with him. Whether they're not getting the petrifies, they're mistiming a lot of their cooldowns to push him back. He is not falling. You'll just notice he just walked right on through the EX panic from Paloma. Didn't even think. He knew exactly when it was coming. He knows the animation. He knows the timing of Paloma players, because a lot of it comes into what do you see often, right? If I hit a Shifu counter, you know, 9 times out of 10, depending on the rank that I'm playing in, as Bako, I can just press Bulwark, and they're going to want to hit. They're just going to M1 and hit my Bulwark.
Right.
9 times out of 10 in certain ranks, right? And then obviously as that evolves and people learn, like, Bako's figured me out, they instead actually learn to no, and then I put on my Bulwark, and then I'm screwed.
Wasted. Right.
So just even that, a lot of it is learned, and then at the top level play, there's still that tendency of rotations. How is Shifu going to go in? Well, he's probably going to harpoon in. And then maybe he'll throw up a counter, or maybe he'll immaterial. So you're trying to pay attention. Like, what do I want to put on him? Maybe I'll start off with something AoE, so that I won't trigger his counter, something that's going to just do damage to him. So that way he has to immaterial to dodge it. Now I know I've cornered him. Now all he has is his counter. So when he sees something big coming his way, he might
probably counter.
So that's when you start baiting, and that's when you're – a lot of it is just getting in the head of your opponent. How do you make them use abilities by your hand, not by their own? But again, a smart Shifu will hold that counter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then what's crazy is, like, even as you play, you'll go. I remember I go against players where sometimes you go against a Sirius who just spacebar counters in, right? Like, that's the rotation. I'm serious. I'm gonna jump to you. I'm gonna counter, because like, haha, like most people just start swinging when they see him come in. Then it's like, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna learn not to do this. But then they very quickly learn how to undo what you now just know, and like now they're just like, then you're just overthinking everything, and you start hitting all the counters, and then you get frustrated, and then you keep dropping and dropping and dropping, and then you decide to switch to Xander to try to, like, maybe you just keep dropping and dropping and dropping.
He's difficult, man. He's a difficult champ, especially if you want to climb. You kind of already need to be a stupid good player if you want to climb with somebody that has that many decisions to make. I think it really comes down to he's as good as his team, because almost all of his abilities, but his M1 and M2, just manipulate the field, which is cool. He's heavy
mobility, super utility,
pure utility.
Not a lot of damage by himself.
Yes.
He sets up damage beautifully for his team.
And he's got a couple, right? Obviously, the biggest burst would be Alt, M2, and then you build the BattleRekt to reset when you go through the portal to M2 again.
Right.
So you're hitting them with 4 M2s, which is like 160 damage.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Because it's like...
It's 30, what?
Oh yeah, it's 38.
30, something, I don't know.
32, 38? No, 38 doesn't make any sense. That's insane. Is it 28?
I think it's 32 or 28.
32 or 28.
We'll look it up.
Let
us know in chat.
Wrong.
Hey, chat.
Either way, let's assume it's 30.
How much does Xander's M2 do?
You're looking at 120 damage. You're looking at 120
damage.
It's
a lot of damage.
Yeah, which is potential, but you've literally just dumped your entire kit out there and assumed no one moved for that 4 seconds. So getting back into the draft, going into map number 2. Remember, best of 3 maps. Menace 13, moving on to Thorn, which I think is a good confident pick. Bako has a lot of decisions to make, and in this team composition, he will get punished. I think it might have been better off if he didn't have to deal with that Taya. Ashka maybe, and then Bako following suit once Taya used up that haste, used up the strike. As a Bako, I find myself not really struggling against Chifus because I have the Borg, because I have shield, especially if I build defense on my spacebar where I get increased defense. Bravery is what that BattleRekt is called. When I build into that, I find myself like, it's not too bad. I've got the Bulwark. I can smack them into walls. If you're really good at timing their tendon swing, which is his in cap, and you Bulwark into that, you've eaten up 25% of his energy, one of his biggest things to mitigate damage and then go to another target. Like, it's a huge turn for you once you've Bulwarked that. So, I mean, I don't mind going against Shifus. I do not like going against a verse on Taya.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I haven't run into another Taya ever again.
I don't see Taya played a lot.
I don't think anybody plays Taya, especially in like ladder. I just don't run into her.
The verse does.
Yeah.
Talking, one thing we have seen a lot of, at least in ladder, is Jades. Been seeing a lot of
I just got PTSD real quick. Just got PTSD going against a Jade.
Let's go to game real quick. And we saw her a little bit in EU. We'll see if we see her again today. But we haven't seen what we saw a while ago, which was, you talked about that Jade Croak combo, right? We haven't seen it a ton. People just kind of moved up to the ults being the thing that they want to combo off of. But here we go, map number 2. How to play game against overconfident. A lot of how to play game fans in chat.
How to play game.
Love it.
I wonder what accent I'm supposed to go for when I pronounce it, because obviously it's trying to be silly.
I feel like the video where it's like, why are you mad? It's only a game. I feel like that's the
could be.
But who knows? Oh, there we go. Double stun again.
And Ashka's dead.
starting off. Actually, even going to use, I think, the Petrify there. But Proster can use that immaterial to make sure counter being hit as well. He's behind the firewall. In caps Paloma. Go look at the non-stop damage there onto Ashka. Doesn't mind getting stunned. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, Thorn is going to be going down.
I want to, and this is for learning's sake, and I want Stream to help me out with this. I want to take that entire first section of Shifu murdering Ashka from literally like his initiation up to Ashka dying. I want to watch that at a slower pace and just talk about the decisions, maybe stop it. I actually want to do some in-depth analysis.
Let's do it.
Just to talk about decisions and where things are going wrong. When you look between Slime and Paloma, they've got double the cooldowns on Shifu. They should be able to outplay him in a perfect scenario. Yes, a good Shifu can still mitigate things, but if you're an Ashka who's got a pushback, if you're a Paloma who's got a panic, if you alternate those accordingly, Shifu can only do so much. He will run out of options. And we'll talk about that when we get to it. But we're going to see if How Do Play Game can try and organize something. But Shifu's just so strong. Now he's found himself onto Thorn, which I think will at least let them last a little bit long. I am not right. Not last that much longer.
Proster again using that EX immaterial, getting some health. The barrier goes through. They've got How To Play Game up in the corner. And Ashka falls again. Looks like Menace soon to follow. The Plomo. Oh, they're just, look at that. They're just going to stay in it. They know they've got the kills. Overconfident. That's 2 rounds. 1 more. Moving on to the semis. Man.
I don't know, guys. What do you think?
What?
Who's going to take it?
Hey, it could be anyone's game.
I do want to say, I also do say.
Say it.
That no matter how the results for this goes, thank you so much for signing up. Everyone that performed in today's tournaments and yesterday's as well, because we do start yesterday to get to the top 8 for final. I know North America is a little quiet this week, so I'm glad to see these teams turn out. I don't care how you performed. You're going to learn. You're going to figure out what to do things, and hey, we're going to try and help you out.
Yeah, and we also love this game because this has happened. Like, this happens to me all the time. You just go against a team like, okay, I just got wrecked. How do I improve?
I mean, like, Bloom hasn't had anyone even look at him.
That's true.
Like, no one's looking at Bloom. So a lot of the things that you'll see, especially with players that haven't really competed at a higher level as much, or maybe haven't competed as many tournaments, is tunnel vision. And you're not tracking all the abilities, right? All of a sudden, a Shifu shows up, right? Let's say a Shifu comes from out of line of sight. He's behind a wall. Also, congrats to Overconfident. That's going to be 2 maps for them. They will move forward into our semifinals. How Do Play Game. Thank you so much for joining. Don't listen to chat. Who cares what they have to say? You played. You do better than everyone else here.
Yeah.
Because you actually made it to
the top 8. You made it to the top 8 of North America.
Screw them all.
Hope to see you guys next week. Menace. Is it Jessier?
Jazier.
And Slime Mage.
Jazier. Is it Jazier, maybe?
Jazier. Thank you guys for showing up. See you next week.
So what happens a lot is tunnel vision. And if you're not communicating as a team, let's say I'm behind a wall and Shifu walks around the wall.
Yeah.
I haven't obviously had my eyes on him.
Right.
So I don't know.
I need my team to tell me.
Rotation is. So team needs to say when that happens. Shifu counter down. He shows up. Cool, I can start wailing.
Right.
But I also want to save it because if you just use his counter, that means he probably has. There's a good chance he has a material. His fleet foot. So I want to maybe not done something huge right away. So I dump something in the middle ground. Right. I'm Baka. I'm gonna maybe E. Or maybe just throw an axe, see what he does. He goes immaterial.
Some free damage.
Sick. So now I know that once his immaterial's done, I've got free to do whatever I want. When he comes out of that, honestly, since he's going to get some free energy on me from the spacebar,
fucking ult.
Guarantee you, he could ult, but if it's early on in the game, I guarantee he's going to try and ink at me. Because that's just what he's going to do, line up an M1. Because he's going to get a bunch of free M1 charges, line up, he wants a fat M2 on me, so he's going to come out of his immaterial, and he's like, hey, I just got energy, also a fat M2. So I'm going to bulwark that, bam, now he's got nothing left. So that's where communication comes into play.
Sure. All right, well, we've got the replay, I think, Carpet, that you asked for that we can break down. So let's do that. Let's get into analyst mode here.
So just talking about what can they do here, right? So they eat Taya away, and now Shifu knows that Ashka's going to need the spacebar. So he wants to try and save it. He goes for the stun instead, but then the immaterial comes through. Now here's where Paloma wants to get the panic, but she waited a little bit too long. And notice that Proster knew the panic was coming. There's only so much you can do, and then the placement from Ashka's spacebar, not too great, but then once that situation happens, they know that he's got one thing left, and that's his counter. So M1ing him blindly, I don't think was the best idea. Your better bet would have been maybe to feign your M2 charges as Ashka. start charging it up, knowing, and maybe put one to the right of him. You'll see a lot
Beta
of whiffs.
counter out.
Deliberate.
Right.
Because you can just M1 to the side of him.
Yeah. You got 2 others.
You saw how good he was. Once the projectile was in the air, that's when he popped the counter. So if you miss, he can't calculate that much in an instant, but he knows there's a projectile coming his way.
Right.
So you deliberately missed. Now the counter's down. Now your Ashka, your stun's coming back up. He's got nothing left. Now he has to retreat.
Yeah.
So then you guys can heal up, stop losing max health.
What's crazy for me was the fact that he went from in-capping Paloma to M2ing Ashka, and it seemed fast, and we were watching that in slow motion. Like watching him just go boom, and then the same movement, boom. Like his spear didn't even like hesitate for a second there. Just watching the rotation, the control.
And you can just tell how he backs away when he knows that panic is coming because they're trying to rotate. You notice that Ashka used the E first, then he used the space, then Paloma used the panic. The other side, I don't actually know where it went because I was watching the other two. And he's just calmly waiting and making them waste cooldowns until they have no more escapes. And at that point, Shifu can confidently start winning trades if he has the charge Zen 2. He's going to start winning that trade because he opens up with just some fat burst damage and then just starts M1ing away. He's quick enough. He's just waiting for maybe even a harpoon or his javelin, I guess. He can javelin to iframe something big like the stun, which I've seen happen, where the stun's underneath him right before triggers. He javelins you point blank. He jumps up in the air. Stun misses him, and now it's like crap. That was one of my few things.
Shifu is such a sticky melee.
Yes.
That's the thing. We're watching him at these pro plays is just he finds a target and he's just on that target. No matter what they try to do to get away, he always just seems to be there. And it is really about watching and making sure that those cooldowns are on rotation. And if you do go in and you decide to use your counter, you decide to use your material, make sure that you've got teammates to back you up. Make sure you got a way to get out just in case that does happen to you, because that's where you'll see Shifu's fall. But congratulations to Overconfident again, moving on to the semifinals. What you guys see is next, Nova versus Vaughn, or a palindrome.
Yes, Nova Vaughn, Nova Vaughn. And just to touch, somebody did mention, yes, your best option would be to throw an M1 next to them. And you're thinking, well, why the M1? It's not nearly as projected, right? And I guess in certain ranks, yes, the M2 has Ashka because you go and you seem more threatening and there's a lot more damage coming their way. But wasting a single M1 to miss somebody, you're not
much.
You're not disadvantaged anymore.
Yeah, you didn't miss much.
Your cast time in the M1 is negligible in the scheme of all the rotations of abilities in the game. So you use an M1 and he's like, oh crap, wasted it. Now you've got your whole M2 as opposed to trying to miss him with an M2. You're just gonna have to not hit him because he's gonna counter.
Also, the other thing too is again at these top plays, as you saw a verse, it wasn't a verse. Who was on Shifu? Proster using the counter in response to the M1, and so he wasn't really scared of the damage. He just saw it as an opportunity to get close to his enemy. And so you don't necessarily need to have this big broadcasted thing to bait things out. Now, as you'll see, people still do that at this level. You'll see a Rook go, and then someone like pulls a bulwark up or does a counter, and that definitely works all the time. But it is.
I love watching people counter into each other. They're like, I know you're gonna do this.
Yeah, both of them
like they both just kind of like dance around each other, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna act like it didn't happen.
What's great too is like no one cancels early. They just let it happen. They're like, okay, all right. Well, the draft is ready here for Nova and Vaughn again. Nova, oh, we've got Xander, ladies and gentlemen. This is oh, I'm so freaking happy for this. Rare Pete picking up Xander against Vaughn. So Vaughn, I don't think we've seen any of these players before. So we got Valen, Tigoro. Oh, that's a D.
Tigord or Tigor? I can't know if it's a D or an O from this,
I'll look up on the other on our documentation. Our documentation says it is an O, Tigoro. And Linkster, 44. So we've got a Xander Rook and a Sirius. This is what I talked about. I talked about if Xander is going to be played, you are going to see him paired up against with another support, because him by himself just, I don't believe, has good enough, strong enough damage mitigation on his own. I think he has a little bit of it, and he has like some nice damage to him, but he has a lot of, he can go a lot of ways, but I think you're going to see him paired up with support if we see him paired up with anyone at all.
I do think that he is much more of a utility support than a heal support.
Yeah.
Which Sirius falls in the weird damage / heal support, but his raw heals are still pretty good.
And his ult heals.
He has his ultimate, which heals for legitimately 100 if he holds it on you the whole time.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can only get 40, but you get the point.
Yeah.
If you're taking damage during
it's just not happening.
Be an effective 100.
Yeah.
So since he's much more utility, I agree. I think it's right now the current play style in BattleRekt, you can't afford to not have a support. You just can't.
Yeah.
can't afford to just lose raw punishment to stupid pokes.
It feels like, yeah, there's yet to be a team that can play a composition of such aggressive damage that doesn't need basically is okay, like, yeah, we're taking damage, we're going to do more.
Well, you have to understand, that means if you have no support, every single trade that you make needs to beat them by at least 40.
Basically, it's like in your first engagement, you better kill someone.
And it's like, on top of it, like, just think about it. I lose 40 health and they lose 40 health. They're going to heal back to max.
Yeah.
So if I lose
just
40,
lost 40,
they need to lose 80 so that we're tied.
Interesting. Yeah.
So that they can only heal up to where I am. So essentially, every time you engage, you need to do double, and then also secure orbs.
This is a call out to all supports. If you are at home right now,
we need you.
We need you. We need more supports in this world. And Xander, I'm excited to see being one of them again. He's into the support tab, although I kind of want to put him like in his own tab, you know? Like I want to put him in like there's like melee ranged support. Xander. You know,
melee range support, and you don't want to do this unless you're really good.
It's like where does he go? And that's
locked until level 50.
That's what I'm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm so excited to see, because like I tried picking him up and man, I just struggled. Like I had a hard time. Like yeah, you can land some really cool abilities. Yeah, you can put your portal up and have a Baco ult into it and then pop out somewhere else. You can have a lot of fun with him. But to actually get just even in solo queue raw value, because it does take a ton of team coordination. Yeah. And I think that's why I'm like, this is exciting. This guy's going to shine. We talked about Xander being a champion of like, you need IQ of like 8,000 to be able to play this guy.
He is and memes aside, he's like an 8,000 IQ champion. And let me just explain a little bit as to why that is. I'm going to pop a leg up. We're going to get comfortable, all right? This looks a little weird, all right? First of all, this is going to be my plea. My plea to everyone that has signed up to continue to sign up no matter how these games have gone. I figure this is the perfect time to get intimate with you guys. I don't care who you play. I don't care how you perform, all right? We love this game, and we love you, and you love this game. I love everybody but myself, and I want you to feel differently than that. And I'm losing track of my thoughts. So we're going to move back to the other camera. Please.
My turn. Hey, guys. I had pita bread for lunch. It was really good. Hummus goes really well with them. Enjoy pita bread once in a while.
Wink. That was a wink. Enjoy pita bread once in a while.
Just like a phone number. Call 1-800-555.
Call 1-800-555. Pita's great.
All right, we're getting into our final quarterfinal game, and it looks like Rare Peep got the BattleRekt that allows.
For a small donation, you too can enjoy pita bread. Doominator, that was great.
Oh, thank you, Doominator. Thank you very much. Okay, so it looked like Rare Peep got the BattleRekt that allows the M2 to bounce, increasing its range, I believe, by 10%. One thing I love about Xander is his rabbit form, and then getting the BattleRekt that allows him to reactivate it for like a dash, and if you hit someone into a wall, you get a nice stun on them. The stun allows you to get an M2 off for free. I mean, you've got to cast it dang instantly.
Yeah.
But it's I think it's
got the bounce.
Yeah, I think it's a really fun.
It at least makes for some fun geometric solutions and problems.
So here we go. The first time we are seeing Xander in BattleRekt's history. Get hyped. I'm excited. I want to see these cards fly. The bounce being used already, getting the connection. Rook going in for the damage. There you go. His portal being used to get out of there.
Just look at the distance that portal traveled, where one went left and one went top right. Oh, and there's going to be some immense burst damage from Ninjas. Red team's going to secure the orb. That'll help them. Vaughn essentially needs to just remove one of these.
Ooh, look at the shape form, getting the Arcane Catalyst, increasing so much damage taken. And that is already a member down there for Vaughn.
I'm not gonna lie, first time casting Xander game, and it's hectic.
It is crazy.
It is crazy.
You gotta be a high IQ to play him, but it's just as much IQ to cast this guy. So it looks like there's the ultimate. There we go. The double M2 is right into Sirius. Meanwhile, you've got Stro ulting there onto Rook. One thing I wanted Rare Pete, or not Rare Pete, this isn't Rare Pete's champion, this is Xander. I wanted Xander's portal to be able to take like objects. So imagine Rook chucked a rock into Xander's portal. I wish that you could then recast the rock and like have it pop out somewhere.
Good God, that'd be so stupid.
Just like all these like crazy ground projectiles. But one thing we saw there is the damage. He got as you can see, the red BattleRekt that Xander picked up. That means when you polymorph someone, you are going to add Arcane Catalyst on him. Tommy's back, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Tommy the Fish,
He's
king of the Broshin.
king king of the Broshin. Tommy the Fish got a pay raise. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
they knew better. They knew better.
That's one of the
Keep
things
moving, so it's harder for him to pull that off. Because he can't change the trajectory, he can only change where he spits out. Oh, nice double link cap from Rook, followed by the burst. The boulder into the M2. He's going to get another portal in his favor. Just letting Rook do whatever he wants. A Rook with a spacebar, that's scary. A Rook with a spacebar that can teleport wherever the hell he wants.
What the heck? Wait. Was that Rare Peep who just picked that up off of the bounce of the M2?
Oh my god, that Shifu just got melted.
That would have been amazing.
Oh my hell.
Look, look at this damage from it. Oh, Freya's gonna get a hit. No, Rook's gonna back right out of it. Vaughn going down again. Nova ending up with 82, 83, 84, 85. And the percentages keep going up, but above 80% on the HP. This is great. First time we see Xander, and it is going over beautifully.
It's just gross. So, again, one of the things I'll talk a little bit about the spacebar. Remind me to talk about the spacebar decisions after this, just to give you a little bit of insight as to why Xander is so friggin' tough, and I don't think we're going to see Xander play at the top notch for probably another month or so.
I will talk about spacebar right after this. Ooh, the M2 getting countered by Freya. Nice job. Stroke going in there with Rook. Berserk being activated. Looking for Sirius. Sirius going to use a counter out. And here we go. There's the damage onto Freya. Arcane Catalyst is procs. They turn their attention over to Thorn. Look at that. The Barb Husk, but they don't even care. They just go right through it. The double end cap down to the wall. But it is going to be Vaughn who picks up that center orb. 60% to 70 on the side of Nova. Sun going through. We've got Sheep formed the entire time.
They both praise the Sun together.
There we go. We talked about those double counters. But Freya goes down on the side of Vaughn.
Catalyst and the Sheep. Oh, Sears. That was an interesting placement from your counter. Very interesting placement from the counter. I think he was deciding whether he should hide behind the wall or go help his teammate, and he kind of did the middle of both.
Well.
Oh, make it happen. Oh, good God. He's got a family, a little tiny sapling family.
Yeah. All those saplings are in the audience just crying right now.
Getting burned.
Whoa, that's crazy. You think that like they're all connected to him spiritually? So like when he dies, all the saplings just wither? Maybe they're not even saplings, they're just little mini clones. Huh?
Lore time!
Thorn lore!
Thorn lore!
Did you know that Thorn right now is currently growing mini thorns as saplings, but if he is to perish, all saplings perish?
Did you know? We didn't literally just get to this conclusion right now and you know, might be making this up on the spot.
I just made it right up.
All right, so let's talk about why
the space bar.
Why I think Xander is going to be incredibly difficult to master, and why I think we won't see top-notch perfectly play Xander for quite some time. Look at his spacebar, okay? He leaves a mirror image of himself and moves. And I'm not talking EX. EX is the opposite, right? He just spacebars, he goes somewhere, teleports, and then leaves a mirror image of himself.
Yeah,
long life can also do an M1, and you usually want to build the one BattleRekt where your first M1
has an additional
card for each of them. So the Shadow always throws one less than you, and you always throw the 2, but it'll be 3 and then 2. So you can get, so whatever. So let's say you're against an enemy, okay? And he's at you. You space the other side of him, turn around, boom. A little bit of burst damage, right? Yeah. I think it's 5 damage, no.
6 damage a card?
6 damage per card, I believe. So you're looking at 5 cards times 6, it's 30 damage, okay? A little bit of burst. Let's say your ally is a little bit hurt and you want to help him out. Space the other side of him. Wait, did I just? Yeah, I said that right. Yeah.
More
and
heal.
Then that's going to be 25 burst heal because I think it's 5 heal per card. And you're looking at 5 cards. So burst heal. Bam, get to the side of him. Let's say you want to engage, but with a little bit of safety. You space forward. You line it up so that your Shadows hitting you for the heals and your M1s are hitting them for the damage.
Yeah.
So you're getting a little bit of sustain while you're shooting.
Not as much damage?
Vice versa.
A little more sustain.
Say you want to retreat, but you also want to poke a little bit. You space away. You shoot with your Shadow, heal your Shadow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
While it's poking.
That's just a space bar. All right? Let's not talk about who would I put the portal under. Then
Wait.
you have 3 decisions. Where's the value?
We also have the replay of the portal right now. We've got Rook charging into Xander's portal, and then, as you can see, continuing to charge after it's done. So right here, we've got Rare Peep. Stroh's going to get ready to charge down. Here we go.
Rook lines up. He knows.
Goes to it. He's going to go through. Disappears. Where's he popping out? There he is.
Boom,
Comes
baby.
right in. And what's really fun about that is even though there is that slight time of broadcast where you are going to come out in the portal, there's so much else happening in that moment that it's just like, and then just boom, rook in your face. So portal placement, there's a lot to do with. Like you said, the space bar is crazy. And then you talk about the EX space bar. That's a whole nother, like that
it's just the inverse.
It does damage when it gets there.
But it also puts on Arcane if you build that. Is that natural? I think it just naturally puts Arcane Catalyst.
Huh, I'm not sure.
Hit them with the EX space bar. What's even crazier to me is there's the portal, right? Who do you put it under? There's 3 decisions right there. But now when?
Also,
okay?
Yeah, or do you put it right under them? Do you put it next to them?
So here's my favorite part.
Tell me.
Rook starts the space bar towards you. Do you dodge it? Yeah, probably.
Right.
Then Xander portals. So that Rook is now in a portal with the rest of his space bar, and you've wasted your mobility. Guess where Rook's going to show up?
Right by
Still
you.
in your face. There's another decision you have to make. He's nuts. But at the same time, he's as good as his teammates, and I think that's why it's going to be a long time till we see Xander
consistently at top level.
Consistently at top level. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And maybe we won't. Maybe just in the current meta, he will always struggle because, again, he doesn't do any raw damage until he gets his ultimate. He doesn't do any crazy heals, although he has a cleanse, which is pretty strong.
I will say, playing against a lot of Xanders on the ladder, again, we're watching here. We haven't had a chance to see it, but I don't see people use it ever.
The cleanse?
Yeah. Like
it's tough to line up.
I just don't see people use it a lot. It's a really strong ability. It's kind of like Lucy's flask. So when it hits, it cleanses, and then it has this like AOE heal. It's like a spotlight, and it's something we haven't seen a lot of people use. A lot of people just like building it for that ultimate. There we go. There it is again. Rook coming out, going back in. The cool thing too is how long that portal lasts. Now again, talking about communication, that portal can also really screw over your teammates, right? Like it's kind of like an other side that hangs around. And so, like, if you put it right in the center, people just aren't paying attention. You think you're going to do some good. They were like, oh, I was just in the middle of and then now they're gone. Now they got to come back, and your cooldown's done.
Yeah. And if just the opinion of a lot of pros, I believe from what I've heard is that in threes, a lot of them struggle with him to a certain degree, finding a lot of value in him. And they would obviously prefer, I think for the time being, the supports that they know a little bit better. A little bit of mind games there.
Yeah, nice and fast.
You can mess with your friends kind of a lot, Xander.
There we go. Rook taking a good chunk of damage, though. Counter not being procced. Nice control there on Vaughn. Meanwhile, we got Tygoro's counter being procced on his Rook. Going in, the M2, both being traded right in the middle of battle. Sheepform going in. And look, Rare Peep also proccing the counter again. A lot of damage going over on the side of Nova. But look, there we go. Tygoro down to 74 health. You got to be careful. Oh, getting healed back up. Looks like he ate a little bit there.
All right, he's gonna eat right through the Barb Husk. Rook's counter's not gonna get hit, and now he's stuck. He's got no counter, no M2. I don't think he's gonna live. I don't think he's got much longer on this planet. No, the Thorn is there to help save him in the panic as well. That'll be the out. No, he just survives.
Wow. Incapped into the double M2s there. He's still alive, but not for long. He's gonna fall, leaving just Thorn and Pestilence up for Vaughn. No real opportunity for a cross kill here. Ultimate gonna be popped by Pestilence, but he's gonna be petrified through it. Stunned, incapped, and dead.
It's gonna be tough.
You know what? Watching Pestilence die right there just reminded me this morning while I was in the shower. There was a little fly that came out of the drain, crawled out the drain.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I was trying to kill it, and it just kept eluding me, and I was like, this is impressive. And like, I even took like handfuls of water and just like chucked it hard against this fly. It like hit the side and then just, you know. And have you ever got to the point?
You are the shower Poseidon.
Yeah. I'm like, you come into my domain.
Here, I shall attack you with water.
Eat my water. Eat it in the mouth.
By the handful.
Spit it out. But he evaded me for so long that I let him live. I said, you know what? You've earned your spot in my shower.
You've earned your life.
I did. That's what happened this morning.
What a brutal leader you are. What a tyrant. You've earned your spot to live in my shower. I shall let you live. Because you thwarted my attempt to murder you.
You thwarted my water
for over a minute.
My water attacks. That's how I spend my days in the shower. What do you guys spend your time? Oh my gosh. It is time for you to die, Mr. Bond. Here we go. The ultimate now again. See how many be used for healing. One Scarab. Oh, getting petrified. Launching the other one off. Looks like he's going for the heal. Sheepform, two members of Vaughn. That looks like it's going to be a good control again. Not hitting the counter. I mean, you know, again, look Vaughn. Oh, wow. Pop up. Hello. Vaughn not proccing any counters from Nova, or not very many. So again, still having, you can watch that control play from these top players. But just so much damage on Nova, such high just plays, high plays, high damage, really good decisions.
I'd really like to see if they continue to use this.
Appropriate movements.
I'd really like to see if they continue to use this team comp moving forward. I mean, seeing Stro on Rook, Jeter on Sirius, and Rare Peep on Xander, all things that don't really see them on. Even just that initial portal from Xander, it seems like they're having a little bit of fun. You probably wouldn't want to use your cooldown for a bit of a gimmicky spacebar. Just use the original one, and then from there you can use it to continue damage. Yeah. So I don't know if we're going to see a whole lot more of this team composition from them, but we will see. Sirius getting pulled in, his counter getting procced. Red team secured an orb though, so this is really good for them. Sheep form onto one to try and get magnified damage. The catalyst is on him, but Jeter knows a little bit better than that. He's actually just going to go straight for Pestilence, knowing he has no support.
Wow!
Look at the burst damage. The Arcane again following through, giving him so much damage. The ultimate M2 not coming through, knowing that the Thorn ultimate would have eaten up the projectile.
Yep. Yeah, doing a good job. Rook, getting knocked out of the fight. They find another orb though. Doing a good job securing that. The HP not too far apart. A double in cap there coming out from Stro. Let's see. They've done a good job getting Jeter pretty low there. Oh, the spacebar from Rogue just there dodging. Sirius ultimate now from Pestilence, and this is what you want to see. Your team is alive.
Here it comes.
The pressure is not there. He got all three off. I'm pretty sure only 2 hit.
I mean, that's 3 orbs for Vaughn, so in the scheme of things, they should be doing pretty well right now, but Pestilence, I don't know if he can make it out of this. There's the ultimate. The EX spacebar from Jeter, but he needs to survive this ultimate to be able to win the trade. And there it is, the portal brings him to safety on the other side of the wall, just breaking line of sight of Thorn. Rook's trying to follow through. There it is, the loop spacebar, my favorite trick from Sirius players. Getting the double petrify onto one, and then they're just going to turn and try and burst Thorn as much as they can. His spacebar's down, his Barbed Husk must not be there, and there goes Thorn. Nova going for the 6-0 clean sweep against Vaughn.
Oh, there we go.
There it is, the first one we've seen. Yeah. Spotlight is what it's called.
Now, it's unfortunate again that the member from Vaughn that went down first was their support. Pestilence did fall. I feel like they had Jeter pretty low as Sirius. And if they could have had a little bit of sustain, they might have been able to find a cross kill. But there we have it. Nova moving on to the semifinals. 3-0 against Vaughn. Congratulations to them. Vaughn, congratulations making it to the top 8 this far into the tournament. Hope to see you guys in the following weeks.
So, I saw someone in the chat saying, Xander's portal gives a lot of those melee champions an extra escape and or an extra engage, which is what makes it very good. Obviously, it is staggered. You can only go one person in the portal at a time. Yep. So you're running the risk of being in there alone for a little period.
Right. Which is why I think Rook's a really good choice, because he goes in and he counters, leaving enough time for your teammate to jump in the portal and get to you, because they're either not going to hit that counter or you're going to become invulnerable. Yeah, and then you've also got Eat to sustain you as well if you're going in. But remember, not that different from a mechanic like Other Side, where you can give somebody a free escape and heals them while you're at it. Yeah. And it lets them maneuver, and they actually have a choice whether they want to go in, which is just like the portal, go in or come back out. You've also got things like Taya's Tornado, which gives you an escape as well, especially if they build haste onto it. You've got a lot of mechanics that do give that extra escape, so I can see how this one's a little more intuitive. It's just a big portal that teleports you somewhere else. But it's not terribly new in the scheme of giving other champions escape. I think it's more how it can be placed, that you're allowed to control where you go in a pretty large radius, and that it can take more than one champion. You know, I've never thought about here, because again, one thing I like to refer to this portal as is kind of, I mean, again, it's not a perfect comparison, everyone. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you here. But it's kind of like a team-wide Other Side, right? It's a delayed Other Side, because anyone can take it, then they can become invulnerable to damage, and they don't do damage for this duration. I'd never thought about this, and I've never tried this, because you can, like Barb Husk, if Alicia does her, your ice, you can cancel those things early on you by hitting your cancel button. Yeah. Can you cancel coming out of the portal? Like, do you have to wait the entire duration to come out of Xander's portal? Can you cancel it early? I actually don't know. I've never tried. Chat, if you guys know if you can cancel Xander's portal early, let us know. Or if you don't, if no one knows, hopefully you guys are playing the game. It's interesting, right? Because you get the pro and the con. The pro is that the longer you're in the portal, the longer you're iframed, which means you're untargetable. But that also means you're out of the fight a little bit longer. So if you cancel it earlier, yes, you have an effective, smaller iframe, but at the core, you really only use iframes for instantaneous burst damage. So it's actually
would be way stronger if you could just cancel your way
well,
out of it.
I look at it as Thorn's Burrow. One of the things that makes it so strong is you don't have to wait the whole duration. You can pop up whenever you want. Carpet has some issues with that. But the ability of, again.
Cancel says, oh, T-Lemur. Okay.
You cannot.
What up, dog? But yeah,
can't.
he says you cannot cancel the portal.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So you have to use the full iframe duration.
Wonderful. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. So I guess there you have it. You have to wait the full duration. We've got the brackets. All the quarterfinals are done. And look at those 2-0s down the board. Overconfident. 2-0ing How to Play Game. Japan's finest off-broadcast 2-0ing by the dip. Sell the rip. Seeing them 2 weeks in a row. Congratulations again for making it to the top 8. What you guys just watched was Nova 2-0ing Vaughn. And finally, off-broadcast Together to the Top. 2-0ing Mystic Soda. Keeping that name alive. When we come back from our break, we are going to be watching the semifinals, Overconfident versus Japan's finest. And then after that, Nova versus Together to the Top. From here on out, all broadcasts are live. All matches are being broadcast.
Don't you hate when you start off a sentence with a great idea but just the wrong word?
You're like, okay, everybody. And your brain's like, idiot.
It's like you've got the sentence.
Gotcha.
All games will be broadcast.
Right. And then it just got mixed up.
But you get excited. You're like, all broadcasts?
Dang it. And then you're like, dang it. How do I make this work?
What do you do? Because then you rack your brain of how do I fix this sentence? Then you realize you legitimately can't fix the sentence. And then you either own up to a mistake or you just deliberately sound like an idiot, which is generally what I go for the option of I'm cool with sounding stupid.
Yeah.
Because usually get to giggle.
What's also cool here is like, you know, we're all, you guys are cool. We're all cool together, right?
Most of you.
You guys, we're all cool.
Couple
One thing we
are.
asked EU, I'm going to ask you guys to think about during the break. Do you want us to, you know, we talked about this. We were trying to refer to chat. Do you want us to call you guys anything? Like the best one that we got in EU was Rectators.
I like Rectators.
So it's us, and then you guys are the Rectators. But let us know.
We also got Mr. Chat.
Mr. Chat. Do you want us to call you Mr. Chat?
No, your father was Chat. I'm Mr. Chat. Which I thought was a good.
Please don't call. Yeah, it's my father. But let us know if you guys have any ideas, or if you just want us to call you by by chat. If you want us to refer to you as chat, we just want to get to know you more. Don't go anywhere. Don't go everywhere. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BattleRekt North America. We are finished with our quarterfinals, moving forward into our semifinals.
Yeah.
We've had an eventful day. We had Europe this morning.
Thormorn, it's the first semifinals that are happening.
We're going to the first semifinals. We will broadcast everything from here on out for the rest of the bracket. I do also have a quick question for everybody, yourself included, and I want you to brainstorm this. Okay. Quietly to yourself, because I don't want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
And this is also to you guys out there. If you had to have a motto and or slogan that you shouted during pivotal moments of your life,
oh yeah,
what would it be?
I already have it.
What is yours?
Mine is, the sum of the parts is not as great as the whole. Like
that's what you shout.
Yeah.
Like before you either get in your first fight or get married. Or
I can see just myself
or like
running in to fight someone. The sum of the parts is not as great as the whole. Like, what is this guy telling you?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, in this world that I've just invented, everyone has a slogan.
That's mine.
And or saying. I'm gonna think about mine. But
that's mine.
Let's check out something that I was just told we can check out.
It's the bracket.
Oh, it's the bracket.
Oh, it's the bracket. Again, we are going into the semifinals. Quarterfinals are done. A lot of 2-0s. Up first, we're going to be watching Overconfident versus Japan's Finest. Chat's amazing. And then Nova versus Together to the Top is going to be semifinals match number 2. And that's where we're at. A lot of fun names to be called in chat. You
These
guys,
are great.
Some were the casuals. Some were Daddy.
Better lucky than good. I like that one.
Better lucky than good.
That's a good one.
We fam now, boys.
We fam. Like you're about to you're in war and you're like, we fam now,
we
boys!
fam now, boys!
And you just run for whatever. I like that this isn't even my final form. That's threatening. Or it's like, because I imagine this would be for like all pivotal moments, like right before you get married, right? You're about to say your vows.
We fam now, boys! I do! And then you just like kiss the bride, you know?
And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, you've got the bro-y D-bag that just said that, and you got like, this isn't even my final form, lady! You're calling your wife lady for some reason.
Lady! And then you give her a kiss. Yeah. So
this is amazing.
I think I'm going to think of more of these today because hopefully we can say them at pivotal moments of these matches. But we have Overconfident versus Japan's Finest. Let's see who we got coming out here.
So they seem to want to be called the nerds or the casuals.
The nerds,
North America
the
wants.
nerds, the casuals. Okay. I love it. Hey guys, welcome to BattleRekt.
I do like casuals because I get to be mean inadvertently.
Welcome all you casuals.
Just like, hey, casuals.
Hey, what's up, casuals? Got a question for you.
I think I might go with that one. All right, Tai Shifu, Lucy. No surprise there, and Overconfident. I like that Averse has been leaning more towards Taya as opposed to Destiny. We just get to see unique gameplay out of him. No one else really plays Taya. Unimportant on Jamong. Archon on Rook. And Freak playing with them. I don't think he's their usual support. I forget who they usually play with. I can't actually think of it right now.
Archon.
Is it Freak?
I think it's Freak.
Huh. I think the underscores are throwing my eyes. Older. I've been called out for the way I pronounce
Old John.
Because I think just calling him older, I get it's a pun on time. Yeah. I understand. That part was the easy part. But it's not older.
You were so serious. I understand, guys. Gosh dang it. Like, I get it.
Look, I know you all think I'm stupid.
I get it.
And 80% of the time, that is an accurate statement.
You're right.
But right now, I got it.
I understand this. Question as we are getting into this next game for chat. Did I tell the gift card story yet?
Not in North America.
Okay, so I need your help, North America. Over Christmas break, I got a gift card for a online store from a lot of family members. I was building a streaming PC, and as I was going through and entering them around the 1st, one of them was already redeemed. And I was like, that's crazy. Maybe someone's got crazy lucky and happened to get my code. So I called this online store and went through a lot of different processes. It took 2 weeks. I finally got a call back yesterday, and they said, oh, this is the person. Her name's, and it was my grandma. So my grandmother, for Christmas, gave me a gift card that she redeemed for herself. So my question to you, Chad, is: do I tell her? Do I let her off easy? You know, what should I do in this situation to my grandma? Let me know in chat.
Europe had some violent answers.
Yeah, and also some very questionable answers, like marry her.
They were all pretty questionable. All right, we get to see the unimportant and Averse matchup. Two of the best range players in the game. Froster is going to get his counter hit immediately from Alder. I don't know if he's going to be able to find his way in there. Oh my god, but Unimportant already at half health, plus the in cap, plus the charges. Will we see another charge? M2 coming his way? No, we will not. Maybe we will. There it is, 1-2. Unimportant actually might just be shredded right now. He barely gets out of there. I don't know how I feel about this.
Here goes the M2, yep. Unimportant just goes down like that. Proster is on fire right now with Shifu. Both Rook and Shifu counters not being hit. Chrono Spirit goes up with one member already down. A lot of that range damage goes through. Overconfident, just owning this map. Japan finds a double stun right there, stopping Rook in the spacebar. And no value there on the ultimate from Oldur either.
Tough. Blue team with the orb and the kill and also all their health. Oh, getting bounced back by the Zephyr from Taya. Aggressive plays from Reverse. Jeez. I think what's really frustrating about the X-Strike is especially because
that was beautiful.
And look at him, he's just missing M1s. If there's one person that'll miss M1s on purpose against counters, it's friggin' Reverse when he plays Taya. Something about those boomerangs that just makes you want to counter. They're so big and juicy, and you think like, oh, this is easy counter, dog. But the worst part about X-Strike is you don't play against Tayas very often, so predicting that trajectory, oh, it's just a little bit off. You think, I'm safe. I'm safe. 60 damage.
Nope.
700 damage, whatever that thing does.
It's a lot.
700 damage in a 19-second stun.
A lot of damage.
Dead. All right, let's see if Unimportant can stay alive a little bit longer. I think that was kind of a lost round once Unimportant started getting shredded by Proster.
Again, watching Proster right there use that javelin to jump over Rook's spacebar. Just, I love that timing.
There it is, he negated the fully charged M2. Just one space. Seeker's mark is on him as well.
Oh, he missed the javelin.
That's really good. He has to use the counter to try and get closer to his team. I like that use, though.
Barrier now going down there onto Proster. Prowl blocking, but it looks like Unimportant is winning this trade. The counter being hit. There's the end cap to stop him. It's a 2v1 now on both sides of the map. Let's see which melee goes down first. The first now coming over to join, and look at that stun.
Oh, good God.
But Freak does have his ultimate up. As well as Taya, so there we go. I'm sorry, as well as Bloom.
Oh, Oldur almost going completely down right there, but Vanilla took out Proster in the meantime. Rook wants to go in, he has his time to engage, but I don't know if he has it up right now. Looking for the counter, there's the incapacitate. Boulder as well, he's got his counter, just waiting to use it. He's trying to hold it as long as he can.
Look how aggressive Reverse when he went too aggressive. He was trying to find Freak in the back. He decided to run in past everyone as Proster was running away.
They can get a cross kill here though. Shifu stays alive, he's got so much self-sustain.
Bloom does have the ultimate as well.
She does. There it is, it's gone and Oldur.
Sounds good. No, but he goes down as well. Proster, now it's up to him to 1v3. This is going to be tough, if not nearly impossible. He does fall. Japan's finest takes a round off of Overconfident. That is no small feat. Again, reminding you, this is the team, Overconfident, that has won every single NA broadcast to date. So to take rounds off of them is nothing to laugh at, nothing to scoff at. All right, 1-1 here, going into round number 3.
Another great slogan, but what if it isn't?
Oh.
Just always questioning what's happening.
What if it isn't? I feel like that one's not screamed, that one's just said.
Yeah, yeah,
really
you say it like
intensely.
But and you give him this death look, like you're about to get in like some crazy battle, and you're like, but what if it isn't? And then you still go in anyways. Like you question yourself, but you don't care. You're a man of your word. All right, Rook's going in. He finds a burst, and he's actually going to find some damage. The barrier comes out just for the utility to blast him back. Rook gets the M2 around the X-Strike, but he's not going to find a lot of other utility outside of the iframe. Proster secures the orb for his team. Unimportant will not look at that counter. He knows better than that. The material's down as well, so Shifu might be vulnerable. But using the wall, he just ring around the Rosie. He just ran all the way around.
Wow. Hugging that, just hugging it absolutely tightly. Going to go back to the Japan's finest back line. Oldur running back onto Freak, using that E. The end cap onto Proster. I'm sorry, onto Jumong. Got to be careful in the back line though. There goes Rook. The 2v1s on either side, Overconfident taking that lead. We saw this in Europe as well. When two teams split off, you know, we saw how some teams we found out that they will win as long as they're playing 3v3s. But the moment even that team that's winning the 3v3s, when they split off to the 2v1s, the team that their opposing team was winning a lot of those, and so it really, you've got to be careful watching your footing, using those cooldowns of mobility to make sure that you don't find yourself separated if you don't think that you can win those 2v1s. Xander, Sirius, Rook. It was disgusting.
2, 1, fight.
Talking about earlier matches. Overconfident, looking to try and win this first map. They're 1 round away. Remember, best of 3 maps, so there's still a lot of BattleRekt to be played between these two teams. Unimportant essentially just needs to stay alive long enough. He's got the poke, and now he's actually finding crazy value onto a verse. The double rain of arrows is down. Unimportant's barely been touched, and a verse is looking mighty low. He wants to stay in the fight. He knows he needs to stay in there for the damage. He can't leave Proster in all alone. Rook's gone in. Waiting to find time for that counter. The ultimate from Lucy is available and waiting.
As well as Uldur.
Counter didn't find any value. He rushed in. Dead didn't find any value either. He has to M2 the X.
And look at that again. Aversa just going so aggressive against Rook.
Oh, this is tough for Proster. He might be out of here. He needs to be very careful. They need this orb. Blue team will secure 2 orbs now to none. He's going to mount up to try and get back into the fight, get healed up by Bloom wherever he can.
Oh, that ultimate from Lucy didn't hit anyone.
No, I think they were looking to maybe get a pull or a push in.
Oh, the ultimate
tornado.
Oh, tornado coming through clutch.
Oh, my God. Kept him alive just long enough. They didn't know where he'd land, and they couldn't follow up the damage.
Proster was definitely going to be a dead man there. Bloom doing a good job also with the barrier follow-up. Averse grabbing the center orb there from Overconfident. 3-0 right now against Japan's finest. Although the HP is, not evening out within 5% of each other. Now almost dead even. The Seeker's Mark going onto Proster. He has to run.
Averse unimportant. Who's going to take this down? Averse has no support in this. He's got nothing to help him right now. He's got a tornado strike, but he gets predicted. Unimportant. He'll take out Taya. And now Rook trying to run away. Yeah, I think he couldn't get the greens. He got body blocked. Shifu had too much damage and put enough pressure on him.
So they got the cross kill. Now it's a melee and a support versus a ranged and a support. So the 2v2 here.
But it's a Shifu.
But it is a Shifu indeed, Carpet. Now looks like
he just picked up some fat orb from his dead teammate. He's got his ultimate now, and they might not realize. They'd probably notice that one orb got dropped, but it can easily get mixed up in the fray. They don't know exactly how much he had or picked up.
Oh, Japan's finest. A big pickup there from the orb.
Nicely done.
Barrier going down as well just to dodge any damage. That's a big cooldown. The Death Vortex is coming in. We are in overtime again. Overconfident. If they win this round, this map goes over to them. Japan's finest trying to take this one as well to move it to a final round.
Oh, the end cap. Can he take out Uldur? He's got an ultimate, so he's waiting. He's holding it last second. Can they get value? They go to Lucy instead. Blue team secure the orb. That's huge.
The prowl is down.
The ultimate.
Yep. Looking for that prowl, and the ultimate from Lucy as well. Overconfident is going to take it 3-1 against Japan's finest, but close rounds.
In a 2v3 as well. They were down by 1. They were able to take out Rook. Shifu was putting enough pressure so he couldn't get the green orbs to give himself that sustain that he needed to survive just a couple more abilities and cooldowns from Shifu. And tying that up, I mean, that's when it gets close. Timing your abilities against a Shifu that's got a full reset kit. And we haven't really talked about resets. We don't really talk about that very often. There is a point, especially as a melee champion, because you really don't have much poke, depending on who you are, especially if you're Shifu, that you don't have any poke at all.
Yeah, you get your javelin.
But then you go in, so I wouldn't consider that poke. Yeah. What a weird poke.
Yeah, I got you. I'm here now.
I can do you like 10 damage, also high.
Also high.
But resets are very big, especially if you are a melee main, where there are points where I don't have a lot to available to me. I'm losing cooldowns. I've only got maybe 1 or 2 left right now. Maybe this time Shifu, I've got an M2 and my in cap, which maybe have some value, but I want to make sure that I save all that for some good stuff, because my M2 is fully charged, and my M cap can find better value for a combo. So what do? Is I break line of sight, get behind a wall, let my cooldowns recuperate, let my support bring me closer to my current max health, so that then I can re-engage more powerful and more confident than before.
Yeah.
That's a reset. And we don't talk about it very often, but you'll see a lot of teams sometimes back away. It's not just to heal up, it's also to get the cooldowns. And you'll see the individual resets of people just breaking line of sight.
Those run around.
Getting behind a wall, they kind of hide, they mount up, they get ready, they grab another orb. Or maybe all they do is reposition so they can engage with full stuff. So moving through Shifu's ultimate, I don't know, was that the very last ultimate?
I think it's the last one. I think this is when Jamong's prowl was down. Again, the entire time Proster waiting for that prowl. Let's take a look. Getting it down there. The ultimate going over for Bloom here. Uldur tries to find Bloom. I think it's a smart thing because the immaterial, not sure if that was being tracked from Proster. So here we go. The prowl is down, and the moment prowl is back up, you the M2 into the ultimate. And that is enough to finish it off. Lucy Goo going to go over to Freak, finishing Uldur off as well. Oh, exactly going to be a little Proster going to get both of them with the ult, technically. Yeah. Good help from the support, though. 1 round going over again, but not to Japan's finest, taking rounds off and pushing it to be that close is just keep in mind, this is a team that has not lost a single broadcast. So
correct.
So Japan's finest might break Overconfident today. Is Overconfident going to fall? Is this the day? Is week 6? Is the reign over? Right now, not looking like it too much.
There's still a Team Nova out there as well.
Nova is still, it's in the semifinals, and that has been the team traditionally who has taken them to the finals.
Yep.
Who has gone the back and forth, all the way to the final rounds of. Man, what I remember. I think 1 week it was literally every single game.
Went back to back.
Went to the final round every single map.
Yep.
We went to 3 maps. It was amazing. So maybe maybe people are starting to figure out Overconfident. Let's find out if Japan's Finest has a switch up here for their draft. Unimportant, gonna be on Jumong again. That's what he's comfortable with. The Lucy and the Taya for Overconfident as well. So nothing changing there. The Rook Lucy.
So all right, Freak moving to Lucy instead of Older.
Yeah.
Keeping the Lucy. You know, so essentially what does that do? So that deals with Shifu a little bit better to a decent, it's hard to say. The 2v1s, obviously no one can deal with Shifu and Lucy. The big controversy, not controversy, but the problem with her for a long, long time was that nothing she could do. She's got no escape.
Yeah.
Unless she has her R, in which case she can roll
away.
You have
energy. And you want to use it ultimately for that ult.
Yes. And that's usually either R or ultimate, sometimes a Petrify. But the value you get from Panic, the value that you get from Clarity, the value that you get from Barrier, and the value that you get from your ultimate and your heals.
It's a lot of individual value.
Individual, very impactful abilities.
Yeah.
And when paired up correctly with someone that can do a lot of damage, if you can keep Unimportant alive that much longer, if he can even just feign a Panic or even make the Panic force a cooldown, even if it's the Immaterial, then it will let a Root come in from Jumong or whatever. Sure. They can alternate those cooldowns. Older doesn't have any CC aside from his Petrify and his ultimate. And both of those involve energy. Yeah,
well, we've seen Unimportant on Jumong. Was he playing? I think he was playing with Nova for one of the finals against Overconfident.
Also, remember, Clarity Potion will pull you out of Immaterial. Sorry, before I.
Oh yeah, no worries. And so we've seen Unimportant dish out immense damage. He's an amazing Jumong player, an amazing range player. And so I think the Lucy addition to use that barrier to keep him alive a little better than Older, I would agree. Might be exactly what Japan's Finest needs to get just keep him alive, get that really crucial damage. I like seeing Rooks. We're seeing Rooks a lot more. I think his kit's just really fun.
What's funny is I hadn't played him in a long time, and I played him again, and he feels like he looks just this big, giant dude that just shoves people around. Between his boulder, his end cap, and charging around, M2, he just is such a menace, and he bullies. It feels like he bullies.
Yeah, big guy in your face. Look at that. Faking the spacebar to get that M2 stun onto a verse. But here we go, right in the back line. Proster actually not looking for Unimportant, going for Lucy. A verse pushing Unimportant up, and now they're going to find Lucy by herself up at the top, and she's just gone. They did such a good job separating the support from the rest of the team. A verse bullying the Reigns out to the spawn. Meanwhile, you had, who was it? Proster. For some reason, I look at Rook. I was like, why is he blue? I'm colorblind. Proster pushing Lucy up to the top, and once there was far enough distance, a verse just came over, tag teamed with Proster. They took down Lucy just like that.
You cannot leave a Lucy alone with a Shifu. While it is possible for them to have the ability to kite and negate damage, it is so difficult. It is so frame perfect. Much more punishment on the side of Lucy missing abilities as opposed to Shifu. Because essentially, if Shifu mistimes an ability, he'll just get panicked and run away. If Lucy mistimes an ability, she'll explode, die, melt, and get chopped into bits and pieces.
She's dead.
So she needs that help. She needs that support. Even if it's just a couple rain of arrows to force Shifu to back away. Even if it's just a root so she can back away and get a couple more heals to keep that max health up. It's tough.
Yeah, one thing also, just keep him, watch a verse. Watch how aggressive he plays as a ranged. There's a lot of times where he'll just run right up to him. Like, all right, you got no cooldowns. I'm just going to get close. I'm going to do as much damage as I can right in your face. Here we go. The Proud now down for Jumong. Got to be careful. It's one of his big invulnerabilities. The material.
Lucy, oh, she baited out the Immaterial with her Panic, and she's going to maybe snag him with this one. No, she's waiting until he engages. The counter's hit. Here it comes. She's still got the Panic. She hasn't casted it yet.
I think she tried to deadly inject there, but missed Proster.
And she's rolling away. Oh, there it is. Rook actually body blocking with his counter. I really like that. The Panic won't find any value. Shifu gets melted down, and there it is, the burst damage. Jumong and Rook, such a lethal combination.
Well, they might be able to find the cross kill here. They do. Lucy goes down, and that's the support on the side of Japan's Finest. If Overconfident can stabilize here for a second, which they're trying to do, they're trying to get to the center, picking up the energy, the orb from Shifu, just to get that damage, to that health back, but no, Rook is going to spacebar right in. Bloom looks like knows it's over. Just going to sit there, M1ing to death.
No 360s.
It looked for a second, Overconfident had the opportunity to come back, and you can see Averse was trying to make it around the corner, but a great job by Rook to make sure that they did not get the center, because if they would have stabilized there, a support, we talked about it earlier, if you have that versus you don't, all that damage you're taking is permanent. Luckily, Rook and Jumong, extremely self-sufficient champions. They don't need to have supports to get a lot of health back. Jumong's Seeker's Mark heals him. Rook's Eat heals for 40. And so, you know, they're not out of the game without a support, but it definitely becomes a lot harder.
Counter and barrier now down for Rook. Cannot use Lucy's barrier, but Proster again just trying to find his way to meddle with the backline. He's found an important again with no cooldowns. His counter gets hit, he'll get stunned and incapacitated. I like that. The barrier will negate almost all that damage.
My gosh.
Proster's alive.
Versus damage, though, onto Freak right there was disgusting.
Oh, there you go. That's Lucy. She's going to go down. The pull will keep her from getting away from all that damage.
Yeah. Freak just Averse locked on him and basically just like, you're mine this round.
That's what he does.
That's you, me, we're tangoing right now. One of us will leave. And again, that's the thing about Averse. He really just the confidence of just I'm going in here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a lot of damage, but I'm gonna do more, and I'm confident that I'm gonna do that.
And that kid is just it's infuriating. The kid is infuriating for a lot of reasons. Oh, nice.
Knock back into the Lucy Goo. The Eat gonna keep him alive, but not for long enough. Second round over to Overconfident. It's now or never for Japan's finest. If they can't win this next one, they are knocked out of the semifinals. Overconfident will move on. Oh, baby, baby.
So what are we looking at here, folks? We're going to see if Proster's able to get that initial damage onto either Unimportant or Freak and just push down the backline enough to get them to a burstable level with either Bloom's ultimate or just some juicy M2s between him and Averse together. Then it's kind of where it's always panned out. Oh, with the panic actually onto Shifu. Proster's going to take some damage. It's the first time I've seen him retreat so far this match.
Yeah.
He wants to go right back in, but I like the placement of the Rain of Arrows. It forces them back, zoning them effectively. Averse takes some damage.
Right now, Rook for the side of Japan's finest has a really good rotation of once he lands that spacebar, how to get just a lot of damage. Knowing, again, not always just instantly M2ing, kind of varying that. Oh, Lucy getting pushed back into the goo. Freak's got to be careful. He's running in fear, and while he does, his range goes down. Lucy falls, and ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be Overconfident. So they're moving on to the finals unless Ardkin can...
Something about watching Rook walk forward and just M1 and hold it in. That makes me laugh so much.
Look at that. Eat, counter, invulnerable, eat, staying alive, not going to be enough. Japan's finest is going to be knocked out of this week. They made it to the semifinals. Thank you guys for all of the plays, participation. Good luck in the tournaments to come. But Overconfident, yet again, has made it to the finals.
No surprise there. First semifinals complete, and Overconfident is one of the ones to make it through. You all right?
Burping up some pita.
Some pita burps.
Yeah, pita burps.
Sounds a little tasty, I suppose. I do like that mug. It's a cool guy mug.
Yeah. This mug's cooler than me. Averse playing extremely aggressively.
He does that with Taya. Because haste.
Excuse me?
Hello?
Excuse me? Hello?
That didn't work.
Can you imagine, like, a thing popped up here and was like, hi, like, I'm technology. And you're like, oh my gosh, it's trying to communicate.
If it started talking?
Yeah, like this TV is now becoming sentient and it's trying to, like, communicate with us.
We did hear some really weird music in our headsets earlier, and you're like, I bet you it's technology trying to communicate with us. And it actually, like, part of me, like, tried to put my brain in that area, and I got really freaked out.
Got some chills.
So look at that, using the material to get away and just walking through that Rook spacebar. He wanted to try and just knock Proster around a little bit, maybe get an M2 on him, and there it is, waiting for that perfect time to get the counter. Meanwhile, up top, Lucy goes down. The perfectly timed incapacitate as well. Did this thing go off?
Yeah, apparently.
I think you just turned it off. Did you press the power button?
Yeah, I got mad at it.
You're an idiot.
What? No, I was being told by technology to shut it off. I was being told by the voices in my head to shut it off. Does no one believe me?
You're an idiot.
Is this what people feel like sometimes? Like,
was it overheating? Do you smell something other than my delicious
hot
fresh
cup of coffee?
Fresh brewed coffee. It's
the best part of waking
I've imbued
up
coffee.
is not dying in your sleep. Here we go. We got some highlights on screen of that last matchup between Overconfident and Japan's Finest. I want to. What other ranged champions can you play that aggressively?
Older.
Well,
joke's on you.
Look at that. Pranked.
Jade.
Pranked.
Jade can play incredibly aggressively.
Yeah, Jade goes wrong.
And I do not weep for dead Jades.
Yeah.
No part of me weeps for Jades.
We talked about Jades a little bit during EU. Hey,
yep.
Hey, chat. Let us know how you think about Jades.
Let's open that. Let's open that can
of Jades.
Of Jades. So what makes him so good at being able to play so aggressive with Taya? Well, haste. Haste.
You gotta respect it.
Haste EXQ, which is her Zephyr. I believe it's Q. Pull. Pretty confident, which also, guess what that does? Also gives you haste. Spacebar. More haste. Tornado can also give you haste. And also gives you giant iframe. And any other teammates also giant iframes. Stun. Pretty saucy. Can potentially also
give you haste.
The stun can't give you haste,
no.
But the Q can refresh haste.
What you think about it too is a stun could be seen as anti-haste.
That is true. Super slowed. I believe a snare is probably anti-haste.
You get crazy slowed when you get stunned.
Yeah, there's so if a snare and haste are opposites, what's the opposite of a stun? What's like?
Maybe a
vulnerability.
A cleanse.
The opposite of stun.
Yeah. Stun, you can't do anything. Cleanse allows you to do everything. What do you think? What's the opposite? What's the opposite of stun, chat?
Weak, but I'll take it.
Thank you. Before we go to a break with our semifinals done, we just wanted to give you guys again the theme of the day is kind of how to be trolly in real life. So the next time if you guys do your laundry at a laundromat using a different dryer for individual socks. So every sock gets its own dryer at the laundromat. That's one way you could do that. Don't go anywhere. Semifinals number 2 will be coming right up. We'll be right back. Guitar Guy, hit us with another one.
And we're back!
Yeah, we are. Guitar Guy, keep it up. Man, well played.
We should probably learn his name. That's actually too personal.
That's way too personal.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
We like to get personal with you, Chet. We don't like to get personal with the volunteers.
So, as we like to propose weird questions to you guys and get to know you a little bit more, when you first lay your eyes on someone or introduced to someone, what's the first thing you notice?
Interesting.
Yeah.
What is the first thing I notice?
What's the first thing you notice?
So, like, my brain just
Risky
goes,
question for Chad, I understand.
My brain just goes like, oh, like, their eyes. Because that's what I'm looking at usually when I like introduce. Hi, I'm Christian. Like, I'm looking at your eyes. That's the first thing I'm noticing. I'm trying to think though, like, what is like? I think for me, what would help me think about this question is like when I leave that first initial thing, what is it about them that I remember, outside of like their story that they told me, you know? Maybe hair, yeah, like hairstyle.
Fun fact.
Did you know that the medical term for butt crack is intergluteal cleft? True or false? True or false, ladies and gentlemen?
Whoa.
Also, the last fact about ants living up to 29 years, true. A single ant life, 29 years.
Can be up to 29 years.
Can be, yeah. So I saw someone in chat say false. I killed them on sight, which was amazing. But that that is the first one was true.
I want to say that the first thing I noticed, I almost want to say hair.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but there's something about like I think since I'm really bad with names, there's something about what my eyes go to, like the shapes and the figures of things, and obviously
hair is
when it comes to
thing.
like generally like hair is a big shape of how my brain's going to remember you. Like if you have like a crazy awesome hairstyle or whatever it is, you have long flowing hair, whatever it might be. That's how my the shape of what I see when I think about you. I get no name. I'll never get a name.
But you get it. You get a bunch of hair.
It takes me about a month to remember someone's name. That's not even a joke. I'm terrible at names. But I can see your face very vividly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Let us know in chat what you guys think as we pull up the bracket. We are done with semifinal number 1, a 2-0 from Overconfident. Moving on to the finals. Who will join them? Will it be Nova again? Or will Together to the Top keep true to their name and keep on moving? They made it to the semifinals, so they've done that much. What are people saying? Anyone in chat?
I do like someone that said, don't approve my first message, it wasn't that funny, because it got checked by mods. So he got a second life. His embarrassing comment.
Mods gave you a second chance? That's amazing. Most people hate that. This guy just thanked the mods.
He's like, you know what? Never mind, don't. It
wasn't
that worth it.
You know what? I love when that happens. I feel like sometimes that is a common thing. When like your brain thinks of something, you're like, I gotta say this now.
Yeah.
And then sometimes your own mod in your head goes, you know what? Not gonna be worth it.
Not gonna be worth it.
And
then you're like, I already said it.
Yeah. Then you're like, oh, can't go in the past. So thank you, mods. We appreciate that.
Yes.
The draft is ready for.
I don't actually hate you, Mom. I was just angry.
Our first match of the semifinals. Number 2. Look at that. Rare Pete picking him up. He knows you love him. He knows we love him. What? Oh, this is Luke Wah and Nards.
Luke Wah and Nards.
Welcome back.
Together to the top, baby.
What was their name last week?
Stro on Lucy. Ninjas on Jamong. What in the hell is going on? That I've never seen before. Maybe I have and I just forgot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Nards on Xanderrook.
So we are not seeing.
Cool. They were shoe size maturity last week. And Nards on the unique Xanderrook.
Well, it's Xander, but he got real.
He's a magician.
He's polymorphing himself into the shape of Rook to disguise. I was gonna say confuse, to confuse the enemy, but we don't know. We're gonna find out.
You know what? I get like polymorph is like a spell that is in all sorts of things, from Dungeons and Dragons to all kinds of video games. Yeah. From Dungeons and Dragons all the way to all types of video games. And for some reason, the default
is a sheep.
And I'm curious to know why that is.
Well, let's look it up.
What is so riveting and or embarrassing and or crippling about turning someone into a sheep? Why not a newt or a bird?
There's got to be history, you know?
Although a bird, then they can get away. Not a bird. Why not something slower, like a pangolin or potentially an ii?
The transformation. So all polymorph obviously on lion, because you know this is where we get magic definitions, is the transformation of an item or creature into something different by magic. So it could be anything.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's almost always a sheep.
A sheep, yeah.
Sheep
so
is the default.
I was hoping that maybe we saw like
maybe a chicken,
like where it came from.
I want a weird animal, something odd, something you wouldn't expect to see. A tiny kangaroo.
I feel like a toad is also a pretty common one.
Toad's pretty common. How about like a normal-sized giraffe? Like you kind of gave them an advantage, but they're also a giraffe.
Or a whale. Like just boom,
land whale.
Like oh, what
16 tons of whale.
What if you polymorph them into a fish on land? Would they die?
I don't know.
Would they
also,
suffocate?
Ultimate Arena, thank you. Ninjas, Rare Peep, and Stro beat Overconfident last Sunday, apparently, in a different tournament.
No way.
So we'll see if they can
Ultimate
pull it off
Arena,
again.
thank you.
It could be big, and I hope they beat them with a Baco.
I mean,
because that just confirms my beliefs in that Baco is the best champion ever created in all game platforms of all time.
Again, they have been the team to bring Overconfident to the brink multiple times. So if there is any team to do it, it would seem to be Nova. But they have to get passed together to the top right now. Nard's on Xander with, again, a support. So we're seeing that Xander being used alongside a support. So I would take this note if you guys are playing at home, queuing up into threes as Xander. It looks like you should also bring a support with you.
Sheeps don't do much, and they're easier to hit. That is true.
Very logical.
That is true.
Very logical.
All right, so it was a Xander, not a Rook. We're going to see what kind of value Nard can find out of this Xander pick.
Baco jumping into the spacebar, hitting 2 memories from together to the top. I don't know if anyone took that portal from Xander.
Only Xander.
Just him.
EX spacebar to get some damage in, but it gets taken down almost immediately. The portal to try and help it Freya, but she's going to get right back into the fight.
Counter down for Freya. Gotta be careful, gonna take a lot of damage here.
Ultimate from Baco, pushing one into the other. The older ultimate, he dodges it with the spacebar. Freya wanted to find some value in that. Her counter will get hit, but she might not find crazy value in that right now. Jamon dodging it, but that Freya ultimate got Baco and the orb. She's gonna go right in. Decides to walk right back out. She looks like a shadow Freya. I can't concentrate on her.
Yeah, Rare Peep gotta be careful here. Down to 43 life. Meanwhile, it goes to the top overall, 73%. Now, we saw earlier today, Baco's staying alive for a lot longer than we thought they should, and then coming back for the win. And look at this, the damage there onto Freya.
This could be huge, but again, that risk of jumping in, it's a bit too early.
Yeah, barrier going through.
Yep. Here's the ult, followed by one ultimate.
No, into the counter!
It's okay, it was that or the Chronosphere. The Chronosphere would have been way worse.
That is true. We have seen so many Jamon ults be countered today.
There's 2 orbs in a row for them, though. Oh, that's going to be right onto Baco. No, he has his ultimate. Will he take out Freya? He didn't expect the spacebar to still be there. Thought he tracked it. But Freya stays alive again, using the portal to back out and reset. Protected by barrier. And I might have actually gotten out of it, but I think he did take some damage. Blue team again, that's 3 orbs in a row.
And Nova right now have evened up that HP pool. There was a 30% deficit early on, and look at this, they are coming back, getting those green orbs down at the bottom, and those center orbs will do that. Stro took a lot of damage there from the M2 from Xander, but he's going to heal himself back up. A full ultimate onto Lucy.
Double rain of arrows, 2 ultimates right now for Nova. Well, that was quite the bounce. That was sick. The bounce on that M2 gave the Arcane Catalyst to Lucy there in the backline. Double in cap followed by Lucy ultimate. Everyone has to use their mobility.
No, but right now it looks like Rare Peep might be going down. Wow, the jump space going over. Barrier goes through. Who will fall first? It's going to be Baco. Will there be an opportunity for a cross kill here?
I don't think so.
Freya might go down.
Oh, he didn't get the timing on the Chronoflux. Jamon just smacked himself in the face with all the damage he had.
And as a sheep, he willingly runs into the Death Vortex. Together to the top.
Technically, what happens when you go from a llama to a sheep? Sloth. I guess he's actually a sloth. He's a time sloth.
Oh, time sloth.
Again, more irony, guys. Sloths are slow. He slows time. His name is older. He talks about eating the sands of time. He's just a giant pun.
Evil Pineapple said a sheep trick was a cheap trick from ancient times, and that's potentially where that came from.
3,
Interesting.
2,
I love that.
1.
Thank you, Evil Pineapple. I love that a lot. I love when chat has their own fun facts. True or false?
M2, the bounce, not going to find any value on that. There's the portal being used. Going for the retreat instead. Baco knows this is his chance to go in. He decides against it. He didn't find any value on the spacebar. Couldn't get anything. The counter was up for Freya. Now it is down. They're going to smack into it anyways. Who gets the orb? Blue team will. The portal actually.
In the world?
I think the portal actually did the opposite of what it needed to do.
Did Freya get taken out?
Freya got taken out when she needed just one more hit to find that orb. So that is where you can
yucky
do some anti-synergistic plays. That's not a word, but I'm gonna go with it.
But again, we know because of the intentions of the heart.
Yep.
What you meant. Here we go. The Lucy Goo going right on top of Xander, using that R to turn to a bunny. Trying to get out of there faster. Still took a little bit of damage. Not sure. Didn't look like it was max health. But what? Gonna be, getting up, charging up the ultimate. Gonna be using on Freya. The ultimate goes through.
Look at the damage, the panic as well. She's got an ult, so she has a nasty.
Oh, she's not gonna use it.
That's what I like to see. Get Dragon Slayed.
Ninjas with that ultimate. It's so satisfying when you see that connect. The spacebar goes over. Xander's the last one alive from together to the top. And Nova's gonna find a round of their own, tying it up 1-1.
Honestly, the fact that Together to the Top even took that first round, I'm incredibly impressed with their gameplay, with Xander to boot. Because from what I gathered from how people think of him, you wouldn't expect to see him in top-level play at all. And we're seeing Nova, the only team to take down Overconfident right now, went down around to Together to the Top. So obviously they're skilled players, and we should not underestimate what they have to bring to the table. But it looks like a couple of good ultimates were able to take Freya out before she used hers. She had a full ultimate just waiting, which means she had an extra iframe on top of her 16 she already has.
Here we go, right back in. Not sure if anyone else. I thought I heard the polymorph go through, but maybe Baco just took too much damage. Again, it has, I believe, a 20 damage cap. It's kind of like Panic.
Just like a Panic, yeah.
So if you take over 20 damage, you will turn out back to normal from a sheep.
Baco's got no energy right now. They need this orb.
Nope, Together to the top. The M2 from Xander's going to take it. One of the strong things about him, long range, good chunk of damage. Goes through enemies, so it doesn't just stop at the first one like a snipe from Jade.
The disengage and reset from Together to the Top is very strong just because of that portal. The ultimate from Xander is down, but it gets completely eaten. You won't find the double value in the M2.
Wow, a lot of shield there on to Freya as well. Stro had a really good barrier time onto Ninjas. He was on the bottom. Freya ulted him, but the barrier came out just in time to negate a lot of that. Counter being hit there from Freya, gonna pull all the members from Nova in. Starting to reset here. 69 on Together to the Top total HP, 64 from Nova. So pretty close. Rocking back and forth, and Nova found an orb. So that's a big pickup for them. Getting the energy.
They needed that. Freya going guerrilla tactic, the EX spacebar, but he's going to spacebar away from that. Wasted energy from Baco. Will not find value in the end cap. Ultimate from Xander, just sitting and waiting. The counter won't get hit. He's just sitting. Stunned inside the Rain of Arrows, slightly pushed out.
The Bulwark. The Bulwark reflected the ultimate from Xander's M2 back at the ultimate version, the image.
Oh, that might be it. That's going to be the end of days for Freya. Can they take her out? She just goes out there. He pushes out through.
That was amazing. Through the chronosphere. Went back and forth to Baco's Bulwark.
Until he finally pushed it out.
I want to watch that again.
Like a birthing of the axe.
Just come on, axe. Out you go. I don't want to think about birthing an axe.
No, you didn't have to.
I'm a visual guy, man. What can I say?
Your problem.
Nova now having center control. Freya jumping in. Counter being hit.
The portal again. God, that's so infuriating.
Yeah.
She already has enough iframes now. She's got that portal to get her out of there. Other team secured the orb. That time the counter did not get hit.
We are in overtime. The Death Vortex is going in. They're going to land on a Baco. This might be him going down. It is! The stun for so long. Stroh's barrier not going to be available for him. Now a 3v2 and in the Death Vortex. This is not what you want if you are Nova.
What a bounce! Oh my God, the bounce on that M2 was so juicy.
Here we go. Let's see who's going to get the orb. The orbs are big here. It's going to be Together to the Top. 3 orbs to 4. Lucy goes down. Together to the Top. Looks like they're taking another round off of Nova.
Wow.
Bringing in Xander for the first time we've allowed him in the BattleRekt tournament. Doing good so far. They're one more round away from picking up this map.
Maybe. The guerrilla tactics from Together to the Top. Nova essentially needs to make that decision. The moment the portal is down for Xander, do you go for him now? He's got 2 other escapes. He's got his rabbit, and he's got his spacebar, or EX spacebar, whichever one he prefers to use. When the portal is down, that would be a potential chance to go in, but that gives more time for the reset, and Freya is playing it smart. She's going in. She finds a little bit of value. She backs out. She's going in. Doesn't find value. She still backs out.
Yeah.
She's, again, going for, I guess, the closest a Freya can do to poke.
Now the thing is that we've talked about how a lot of team compositions sometimes they know they're going to thrive, but they don't find immediate value early on. They know they're going to thrive in overtime. That Death Vortex is forcing everyone closer. We've talked about how Lucy is a champion that you want potentially. It's like, hey, we feel like we are going to be stronger late game because you don't have anywhere to go. My Lucy ult is going to cover half the map, but you have to go to the top, finding the value early on.
Also panic.
Also panic, making you run out into the Death Vortex. So
in cap, but it gets broken by the rain of arrows. So Older finds a way out of there.
Ooh. In cap there onto Ninjas. Good chunk of damage here.
Another one onto Xander.
Ultimate not going to connect. Let's see if they're going to find the stun. No, but it's not going to be. I say it might not be enough though. Luke's getting very low.
Oh my God! What a read from Baco. Oh, the clarity potion to push it out of the M2. Older just goes down. They eventually just Mongo him up top, while Lucy tries to deal with Freya, and she does so well.
Yeah, they lost their main support again. Nards on Xander can do some healing, but he's going to go down as well. No, we're going to take this to a final round here.
The main support.
In our first map.
Main support and alternate support.
Yeah, main and alt supports.
More like a heal support and utility support with a Freya. Think about Freya's iframes. Think about it. Just think about it.
There's so many.
Space.
Older ult.
And then also a counter. Older ult. Portal.
Xander portal. Anything else? Yeah. Anything? Is that it? Is that the only list?
Is that it? I'm sorry. What am I on 2 hands now? It's nuts. Super cool.
Right.
I like trying to use the utility to let somebody who generally doesn't have a lot of combo potential, but just raw output of damage, just building a kit around keeping her alive.
Yeah, maybe Freya Xander might be a new composition we're going to be seeing teams bring to the table. Right now, it seems to be working well for Together to the Top. We are in the final round here. Let's see who's going to take this first map. Again, you got to win 2 of them to go to the go into the finals, where Overconfident is waiting and watching, mind you. Nova, center control going over to them. They're finding orb numero uno. Nice snare onto Ninjas, a little bit of damage. Stro looking to heal it up. Stro's got an ultimate already. Mako goes in, Bulwark going through.
They want the ultimate, and there it is. They put it on. There it is, the portal.
Oh,
to keep them alive.
And that's amazing. I never thought, I mean, Xander against the Lucy. So strong. Ultimate from Lucy goes on to you, just portal in.
Oh, there it is, though. Xander forced the spacebar. There's the rabbit. All he has left is the portal. One shot will do. The double ultimate!
Wow!
I need to watch that again to know if that ultimate made contact onto Older. I don't think it did, but I want to watch.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't take any max health. I think only one of them connected. But that looked beautifully executed. Nova gonna find the orb in the center. 70% HP on them. 67 Together to the top. They're still alive, but look at that damage there. No escape from Older from the goo, and that was definitely max health. Meanwhile, Rare Peep might be falling. Gotta be careful. Now, one thing I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't get any energy while attacking one of Xander's images.
No.
Oh.
It got broken, but then, oh, are they gonna burn her?
Oh my gosh! The stun, the knockback.
Oh, she's so low. She's got 3 health.
3 HP.
1 HP.
They're going for it. Look at that. Nard's just going in.
That's great, though. They were able to put damage then onto Xander instead. Will they take this? Whoever wins this map gets the first map. Whoever gets this round wins the first map. I am in shambles. Someone help me.
Right now, let's see. It looks like Nova's doing a good job. They were on the back foot for a second. Rare Peep might have died, but now it looks like Luke is in trouble. They're all together. He gets 2 of them with 1 arrow, and that is going to finish it off. Nova going to find it there just as the Death Vortex was coming in. 3-2. What a map. What a map. Holy snap.
When you can't lock somebody down because they've got 16 escapes and they keep backing away, what do? You ult them to death.
You just keep ulting. Hope just eventually that value will go through.
I mean just think about the tactic, right? There's the punish side where you just use your cooldowns to punish the crap out of somebody.
Yeah.
But how do you punish a team with this many escapes? You don't. But your ult generally is built around high damage, high burst damage and or sustained damage, but high punishment for a lot of energy. So it's a trade-off.
Yep.
But that's how you're going to get max health on a team that keeps going in and going out, going in and going out, going in and going out. Get 2 ultimates, boom. You've taken 80 health off their
Go
max
out.
health.
I don't care.
Now we're tied. I've lost a couple of trades because there's stupid portals.
Right.
But now voltage is back, so now we're even.
Watching Xander using those portals, that seems to be right now one of the strongest things for him in this top level. It's using that ability. We've seen a little bit of initiation, but mainly we're seeing it for getting that escape, right? Going and getting that damage and just popping out. And the crazy thing is, if you have 2 melees, both of them can get out. You can have them both dive in, and the portal can be used. Again, it's not at the same time. There's a little cute, one person goes, you have to wait, and then you can go in. But it seems like those portals are a pretty big part of Xander. We've got a replay. It was the one that you asked for.
Yeah, I want to see it slow if you can.
Yeah.
A little bit slower, not at full speed. I want to know. I don't think the Jumong ult made contact. Watching the health, I didn't see enough get pulled from Mulder, but I'd still like to know. The space bar happened. Bako knew it. He's sheep form, so now he's just waiting. He can still see the target. The petrify's there. This is where Xander has to make another choice. Who dies? Who do I save?
Here we go.
I guess it's Freya. And oh, it does!
And they both hit.
Holy crap, that was disgusting.
Wow.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Wow. And then we see just for a second there the bulwark kind of into the X. Here's the second replay. This is the double snipe here from Ninjas at the end. So look, all 3 of them kind of separated. The portal goes through. He's going to go down to the – oh, no, they go up first, and they all move slowly down toward their spawn. And look at this. I mean, everyone – talking about sheep, they're all being herded to death. Found them, and found you. Like before,
if he'd gotten all 3, I would have gotten up and walked away.
This game would have been over. The broadcast would have ended. We would have just given them the finals.
We would have crowned them
champion.
The championship.
Oh, and overconfident would have been okay with that. Like, they would have been like, yeah, we're going to give
honestly, yeah. Applaud.
Yeah, applaud.
A triple Jumong kill
well played.
in a tournament.
Well played, yeah. So super fun to see Jumong's ult used there because even in EU, we saw it countered so much. We talked about this. There's champions that you just sometimes just want to use the EX abilities more because their ultimates are very broadcast. Baka being one, Jumong being another. This just long build-up that is so dodgeable, right? Watching it actually get 2 kills. Bon appetit, as my family would say.
Is your family from
Wisconsin?
I was going to say something almost worse. I was going to be like, your family from Germany.
No.
Wisconsin. I don't know how much better that is. So I hope you guys have been enjoying yourselves. All right, we are now 1 map down to see who's going to go up against Overconfident.
Woo!
We have another one, potentially 2 more. We'll have to see how that goes. But let us know how you guys have enjoyed this. We really, truly, truly do enjoy this show. We absolutely love this game.
Yeah, fun. I look forward to Wednesdays every week now.
I really do.
It's like what? It's Tuesday. Yes. I'm like, gonna wake up tomorrow. Gonna hang out with this guy. Gonna hang out with you guys. Gonna watch some BattleRekt. It's a good day.
Saltiness aside, I know
day.
some of you maybe just like some things. That's okay. You know what? I love that you have your opinion and that you can state it.
That's life. Yeah.
I do find it odd that people hate us and still stick around to watch. That's always been an interesting phenomena of Twitch. This sucks. 2 hours later, this still sucks.
This sucks. Why ever changed?
Man, I wish I could find that Xbox on the Xbox, not the console. The little box with the X in it.
We were talking about the Xbox up in the top right-hand corner.
Get out of here, dude. You're trying to tell me I can't say that?
We could say the Xbox. Everyone has one.
The box with an X in it.
Everyone who owns a PC has an Xbox.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any feedback, by all means, please let us know here in the chat. We always keep an eye on it because we like engaging with you guys. We got other people that are keeping eyes on it.
Yeah.
You can tweet at us as well, at WatchNGE, just to let us know if you have any opinions, whether you just want to share some positive things or negative things you think could make the show better, things you would love to see as a fan of BattleRekt and as a fan of BattleRekt, fan of myself and a fan of himself.
Let's talk about some lore. Huh?
Let's do some lore. We'll wait for the champion picks.
We're waiting for the next champion picks. We're going to go over Jumong. We've seen Jumong a lot. He is the Beast Hunter. Jumong is a trophy collector who has wandered the wildlands in the pursuit of a worthy challenge. No longer content with hunting the great beasts of the world, he has led himself to enter the arena, looking for a new type of prey. Holy,
pretty sick.
That's so intense.
Yeah.
Wow. This man was a hunter, and he's like, beasts no more.
I'm sick. I've killed every beast
like,
on the planet.
I've murdered all beasts. What's next?
What is the most dangerous game?
Other sentient beings. Wow. Jumong's straight up murder.
What a dark man.
What a dark man indeed.
And to answer your question in chat, yes, we have a trained professional who's got an extremely steady hand moving this camera side to side for hours.
He's also squatting. Like he's just sitting there. This poor guy's sweating.
He's good friends with our guitar guy. Well, by the way, I love this one. This is one of my favorite jams.
Yeah, it goes on, and he also, as you can hear, he uses the drums with his feet.
Yep.
So we've got a lot of really dedicated people, and if you want to be a part of them, please send at Finable Carpet Twitter resumes, only done in MS Paint. MS Paint.
Or within the Twitter word limit.
Yeah.
Whichever one you prefer. I'll take them both.
Yeah, which is actually, I mean, they just increased.
While you're at it, you should follow me, tell your friends to follow me, make sure that
everyone follows him.
Everyone follow Finable Carpet.
I just realized, you know, I think, you know, oh, they just increased it. They increased that limit a while ago, right?
It was a decent. They staggered it. So some people got it earlier, some people got it later.
Really?
Yeah.
They like gave it out.
It was like, I guess, kind of a test. It was like some staggered rollout. Yeah, because people were tweeting out like the troll was that you used all the characters in like with enters in between, and you had to scroll down your whole Twitter page, and it's like LOL.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was the troll, and I saw like big orgs pulling that off, which I think was pretty funny. So don't worry, we haven't forgot about the matches. We're just waiting for the teams to get ready for the next map. They've got new champions to pick. They have to figure out what map is going next.
Yeah.
If they get a little bit of break, maybe they got a pee. Maybe they got a number 2. Who knows?
Yeah.
I want to make sure that they're ready because all I care about is
good gameplay.
Good gameplay.
And player experience.
Good gameplay.
That's secondary. The draft is now ready. Looks like everyone's peed. Nova versus Together to the Top. Nova found map number 1, but it went to the final round. I would guess nothing's gonna change, and I guessed horribly wrong. Rygon coming out. Haven't seen him in a while. The Rook is a Xander again, so he just using that crazy polymorph ability on himself. Just master. What a trickster. He did say always question everything. So he's just keeping true to his word here.
Always question everything.
A Lucy Taya Rygon. Huh.
Ninjas on Taya. Huh. Just when I say I had never seen one. I had never seen one.
And now you did.
So Rygon, as we've spoke about, he suffers from the disease
a crippling disease.
Crippling disease. Alin. Essentially, what the disease does is he has the eyesight of a pinhole, and he can only look at one thing.
And it's also about this far. Like he can't see very far, and he can only see about this much.
So imagine being able to only see, you know, this amount of a radius, and then also only 2 feet in front of you. So he has no choice but to get as close to people. And then at that point, he only has information right in front of him, so he can't disengage. So he needs to go all in.
Yeah. So let's see if this is the change. Nova saw and go, okay, from whatever to the other to the top brought, they feel like Rygon's going to be a better answer to this. Maybe just forcing out those portals early. Maybe they saw that a lot of the value that came from the portals was going on to Freya, and they're like, all right, we're going to bring Rygon in. We're just going to pressure Nards. We're going to force him to use that portal so it cannot be used for Freya, reducing effectively those iframes. We'll see if that's kind of their
also,
process.
I'd love to see his E snipe somebody before they get to his portal.
Oh,
like they're like running for the portal.
That's amazing.
And then he just like pops them up, and he's like, "Nah, bro."
Yeah, and you're in the air, and you're watching the portal close underneath you. You're like, "No."
Also, what it does is it gives them a long-range incapacitate from Rare Peep, because is the EX version of the seismic shock is an incapacity. So they can essentially lock down Xander, so he can't put that portal down from a distance.
All right, well, here we go. Round number 1 and map number 2. Rygon going head-to-head there against Freya. Look at that, already in the back line. Going to get turned into a sheep, as well as getting M2. The parry going to be going up. Got the BattleRekt that does the AoE stun. And that's kind of a lot. I think the spacebar is down, so we look through it. No, he just come back up. And there's that pressure from Rygon. What this pressure allows Nova to do is to get those orbs. You know, they've got control of the center. They're going to build up ultimates first. As you can see, Ninjas already has the ult there on the Taya. A lot of the EX is being used for Rygon, not building up for that ultimate. A petrify into a sheep. That is one hard sheep.
Look at him go. Xander has to use the spacebar. He uses the EX to try and trick him. He's also going to get in-capped. It's going to give him a little bit of time for Rygon to escape. The barrier is there just to make sure he doesn't take any more health. He's going to go find them greens. Little candies up top. Meanwhile, Taya's got an ultimate, so that's sustained damage while she floats around on that piggy.
There we go. Rare Peep just jumping right in the back corner, and his focus is Xander. They're trying to get him to focus on himself. The knockup, the dodging the older ult.
Wow. They just mitigated a whole lot of damage, and they got the orb. They essentially need to secure a kill right now. Oh, Xander just gets away. His self-sustain isn't great, but he's next to as I'd call a real support.
Wow!
Get bursted, buddy.
The jump in from Rare Peep. Barrier. Oh, no!
The tornado and the barrier, that's got to be so frustrating to watch as a Freya.
And no matter what was going to happen, you were not going to break through that Rygon. And there we go. Nova looks like they've found a way to deal right now with the Xander for this first round. They're going to pick up round number 1. So this is what we see at top play. So the question is, will Together to the Top figure out what needs to be done, how they're going to stop this Rygon from bursting down their Xander, and come back with a new strategy right now. What's what I love about this top level play of BattleRekt, you just see it within a match, play styles changing.
True.
Penguin Flames, has Luke landed an ult yet? Yes. Yes, he has. Yes, we saw him the last map.
Landed a handful.
Yeah, but they've just been getting barriered.
Yeah, well, you know, barrier exists, and it's pretty hard to counter anything over 50 damage, or under 50 damage. All right, so Rygon just putting pressure on the older, missing the E. He wouldn't need that. And then he hits a counter. A couple of mistakes here and there. Gets polymorph, but WASD's his way out of all that damage. Secures an orb and goes right in. There's the portal. 2 will enter. Both will also leave.
2 enter the portal. Both of them get out.
Only 2 shall enter, and those same 2 will also leave.
It's a pretty reasonable portal.
All right, Rygon nearing his ultimate. I don't know if he's going to save up for it just because he can. The escapes have been used. Don't know if he'll find a lot of value, though. No, strictly because of portal.
2 XP abilities down to 50% now. Perry going to make his way back. Potentially looking for those greens. No, Freya's going to pick him up there. It's going to be some good max health back.
She landed in the portal from the E. That was actually really fun.
What a far drop. That's got to be a far drop. That's got to feel weird. M2 from Xander not going to find any connection. Moving along there, a nice stun. Naga in the back line, putting Rygon right in the back. Not going to hit the counter either. Good control there from Rare Peep. Oh, the portal.
It's okay. She put herself in the middle of combat. And another, man, they're just doing everything they can to keep Freya alive. No surprise there. She is their heavy damage dealer.
Yeah, the stun going through, though. Freya force user spacebar out.
They have no contest on this orb. That's really big for Nova.
Yeah, they got 3 orbs this round to 1 from Together to the Top. Together to the Top, only 20% HP difference. We've seen greater things just swap than that, so definitely not out of this yet. But with Nova continuing to get that center control, look at this. They're jumping back in again. They push Together to the Top, back toward their spawn. They run to the center. They get the orb, and look at that. The ult goes through. Xander portaling out. Just dodged the spacebar. Freya might fall.
What an in cap. Just to keep herself alive, but she has no support to help her out. They're all getting pressured right now. Xander goes down. Freya is about to go down shortly after the in cap with only 5 health left. She'll get bursted down. I don't call that a burst, I guess. It's only 5 health. Please don't be a rage quit.
Well, the game.
Somebody paused it.
The game has been paused.
The game has been paused by Luke.
One of the things that, again, giving them a little timeout. One of the things I liked about what Nova was doing there is they were doing this kind of back and forth. They were finding a little bit of trades. They weren't taking any max health off, though, until the overtime comes through. And once that Death Vortex comes in, they just put all the pressure on because now your back's to a wall. You either come and fight us, where Nova was confident we're going to win. We have an HP, about 20% HP advantage. Yeah. Or you're going out to the Death Vortex, which you can't do. So I really like them using that overtime. They're like, hey, we can stall. So if you're Together to the Top, we've seen teams notice that and then go, okay, if this continues, we're dead. We have to push in. We have to do this now. So we'll see if Together to the Top is going to figure this one out, or will Nova 3-0 sweep them in map number 2, going off to the finals to face off against Overconfident? Only one way to find out.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
Someone asked who won the EU tournament. It was Impact. Impact won EU this morning. You guys can go check out the VODs as well to catch up on any missed action there. Faced off against Ayla Melkek in the finals.
Putting pressure on the back line, no surprise there. Freya just walking, trying to, baited out the counter. That's going to be big. She's all alone. There's the portal to help her out. She must have called for it.
Blue team
Stun from Taya. She tornadoes to the other side of the wall. There's a lot of mitigation, a lot of escape and value. Blue team also secures an orb. Rygon is up in there. He's going to space away from that fat M2 from Xander. The blind sheep.
I think he's got cleansed there.
I think so.
Nice job from Show. Freya jumping in. Getting knocked back. Now we've got the 2v1s we've seen a lot, but no, Freya's just going for the center orb. Let's see if this orb's going to be worth it, because now her teammates are being 3v2'd.
Older had to ult himself, but now he's going to be just completely mongoed.
Oh, no.
Has to space out, but can he stay alive? There's the ultimate from Xander trying to keep them at bay, push them back with damage, but they don't care. They're just hunting him down. Rygon, he does it. He finds the kill. And that makes it a 2v3 for Together to the top. It's going to be an uphill struggle for them. They do secure an orb, so it gives them a little bit back. But their healing support is gone. Their utility support is now gone. And now that leaves Freya. Freya, the Storm Queen.
Yeah. Oh, look at that! I want to imagine like what that looked like for Freya, right? She's falling down from the sky. She just got knocked out by a giant rock under her. And then, right as her just tippy toe touches the earth, she flies back up, right? And then does an ult. Pretty sick.
It's like a superhero kind of move.
Yeah.
Like, where she falls and then like, that means the ground has to like shatter.
Absolutely. And then she just takes off.
God,
from the
we're
sky.
such nerds.
That's absolutely.
Holy crap.
Absolutely. This is what keeps us going. Nova 3-0ing in map number 2, moving on to the finals to face off against Overconfident. Woo.
Woo, indeed.
Woohoo. Good.
Now we're going to get to see a finals.
One thing I liked about that, watching Freya kind of comboing, I guess you want to say, her counter with Xander's polymorph. Because it basically is like polymorph would activate, then Freya would counter, they'd hit it, and they get pulled into the polymorph. It was really fun to watch. So again, watching fun interactions like this, don't see a lot of Xanders, especially at this top play. Watching him in the semifinals push into a map number 2, potential there.
Checking on a replay, a triple kill in round number 2. That's exactly what this is. Xander actually EX space for that. There may have been a misclick because then he just portals over to his own space bar.
Oh, interesting.
EX space while stuck in the goo, which probably not exactly your prime, but this is what you were talking about. Once they saw the Death Vortex coming in, they knew this is their chance.
Yeah.
The in-cap onto Freya. And I actually really like their on-the-fly champ swap. You have Rygon and Taya.
Yeah.
Because Taya can immediately get hyper-aggressive for a range. She's so quick. She's got Tornado to help people out. Rygon is, as we, jokes aside, we talk about him suffering from all-in. He does a slightly better job. I think Shifu's probably one of the best at just being able to go in and do a 1v2
stay there
and not take as much health and then learn to retreat because he's
Thorn,
got
also good.
Thorn is one of them. But Rygon, he has that rounded parry, right, where it's like a bulwark where you can aim where it goes.
It's pretty sweet.
A little bit shorter. He's got the stun. He's got the jump. Got a stun. Got a ranged in-cap, which I think is really big. And not as projected as Bako's in-cap. As far as like actually being able to WSD out of it. Quicker projectile speed. So it seemed to be what gave them a slightly more confident victory is this first one went all the way to round 5. And I have to give props to their opponents here.
Together to the top. Taking, again, Nova, I put Nova as far as skill at the level of Overconfident, right? They are, again, we just heard they took them out last weekend, this last Sunday, and so being a team to take a map, to take a map or multiple rounds off of Nova, pushing them to the final round. I mean, you could argue that these guys are also on the same level as Overconfident, one of the top teams right now. It's cool to see them coming in here, changing the name Together to the top. Not quite. They made it to the semifinals, almost to the top.
One more name change.
Congratulations to them. Oh, yeah. Maybe. Figure out you're just one name change away to making it to the top. So thank you guys for participating. Hope to see you guys next week.
We are going to go on a break, and when we come back, it'll be our finals. But right before we go, I'd like to know, first of all, was your last fun fact true or false?
What was my last one? Oh, the medical term. It is true.
Medical term for a butt crack.
Yeah. Intergluteal cleft.
The intergluteal cleft.
Yeah, intragluteal cleft.
Intra? Either way, let's get a new one. Fun fact.
Intergluteal cleft. Did you know that the name for the color orange came from the fruit?
I also like that for some reason I have control of you having to do a fun fact. It makes it that much better.
It puts a lot.
I have command of these cameras. Look, ready? You. I can do what I want. I'm a magician. And you.
And watch what happens when I try to do it. Ready? You. Ah! It always goes to you.
You're an idiot.
Man.
I applaud your effort.
Oh, I tried.
You're an idiot.
I tried to get him this time.
All right, so our semifinals are done. We're moving into our finals. We have our two teams, Nova and Overconfident. No surprise here. But as we heard, Nova was able to beat Overconfident just earlier this week, so can they pull it off again? Who knows? Stay tuned and you'll find out soon enough.
Older knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, got some bad news. We've only got one match left. Good news is, though, it's the finals.
Yeah! We are back. I was like, what the heck is happening? Like, okay, this is happening right now.
Got some bad news. We got to go back on break.
Like, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. But yes, welcome back to BattleRekt Week 6 for NA. We have gone through quarterfinals, semifinals. We are just left with the finals, Overconfident versus Nova. Let's take a look at the bracket as we've just traced both of these finals throughout the day. Overconfident first, starting off by 2-0ing How Do Play Game, while Nova 2-0'd Vaughn. On to the semifinals, Overconfident 2-0 Japan's Finest, Nova 2-0ing together to the top, but very close games played all around through the semifinals, which leaves us with finals we've seen before here, and also apparently in other tournaments this last weekend, Overconfident versus Nova. Overconfident so far in BattleRekt has not lost a single finals overall. They've lost maps.
The better way to word that would be
not lost.
They've won every week.
They've won every week. Every single one.
They have not lost in a single
They have
finals.
never not completed ever a full round with their opponents becoming unable to move on. So that is what we face today. Will Overconfident
Speaking of
fall
things to
Nova.
annoy others, to get super convoluted on a very simple fact.
Yeah.
Also, people are confused by your fun fact.
Oh yeah. I just want to get super transparent with you, chat, with you casuals.
You're all idiots. Yeah, with you. That's true. You want to be called
you guys
casuals.
want to be called casuals. On the spot, I didn't quite phrase that fun fact right. What I was trying to say was the fruit was called orange before the color. They didn't look at the tree and go, oh, that fruit's orange, let's call it orange. They basically were like, this thing that we've called orange, the color, oh, let's just start calling everything else orange as well.
Which is a shame.
Which is why we don't call people with red hair orange heads. We call them red heads because the color red first was a long way before the color orange. People used to call what we call orange, red, yellow.
Are you explaining the fun fact, or are you still asking them to say true or false?
I want to give some context just to make sure everyone's clear what I was saying.
Is this true or false? Is this very detailed fun fact
all
true or
this
false?
detailed thing.
It's a shame because I would have loved if yellow was just called banana.
Yeah, seriously.
That'd be great.
Like this is like a kind of a light banana color, right? Like that's what it is.
It's more of like we scale it as like how old is this banana?
Yeah,
right?
this is like a 2 month. This is like a 2-week banana.
2-week banana.
Yeah.
Nah, more like a
This is like a month-long banana.
Month-old
banana.
I like how we wouldn't call it black. We'd call it month-old banana.
Yeah. So hey. Hey, how you doing?
What's up, guys? Oh, by the way, we're moving to our finals eventually, whenever we're done entertaining you guys with our wonderful discussion and conversation, coffee drinking, water drinking, whatever this show involves. Shenanigans.
We wanted to change week to week. We think it's fun. We want to keep you guys interested. Let us know in chat if you guys want to talk about anything, if there's something in your life going on. You guys have topics? Alaska got hit with a huge...
No, it didn't.
It didn't. The ocean by got hit with a huge earthquake. And
you're that guy. You're that guy on Facebook that's like,
Alaska just got hit by a 8.2 earthquake.
It's insane.
It's like, no.
There's a tsunami literally in the middle of Alaska.
There is a tsunami warning for Alaska
there was.
because a large earthquake. So like I think at 1 a.m. like cops drove around, like evacuate. And just like lines of cars. I'm like, that would be a pretty
I think the tsunami
bad
warning
way
got canceled. If you are anywhere affected by this, I hope you're all okay.
Yeah, I hope everyone's fine.
If you're here in chat, let us know. I want to know what you're saying.
Yeah, what happened? Let us know what that feeling was.
What is it like to live in Alaska? There's, 30, 50 people in Alaska?
Mishi says, nice 1 week banana-colored cup. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mine is a month-old banana cup.
Month-old banana cup.
Month-old banana cup.
This desk is very old banana.
This is 2-month-old banana. It's like glossy.
Now,
it's got like, it's gotten grimy.
You guys can't see what's behind the camera, but most of this studio is month-old banana colored.
It's also filled with bananas.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
We're just hanging from the sky.
Yeah, we're potassium fiends. None of this works. All right, we're done talking. The draft is ready. We were just buying time. This is us because we're professionals, ladies and gentlemen. You can't stop us. Except maybe if you turned off the stream and closed the window. But don't do that.
Yeah. Here we go. Bako, Ashka, Nova. Bringing out here Rare Peep, Bako in the finals. Man, everyone loves you. Bringing back your man. Bringing back your boy.
They know it.
Your boy Baka. We've got...
Is he going to be on Chifu?
Serious.
That's what I meant to say. I meant to say serious. I don't know why I said Chifu because I was looking at Proster.
Going back to his roots, their team name is BAS, Bass. We've got Bass against Litz.
Oh, you're doing the first letter of each champion.
Yeah.
What are you doing? It's clearly Nova against Overconfident.
Clearly. 2 brand new teams have made it to the finals.
That would be Boz, because Bass has 2 S's.
Oh, yeah.
Boz.
A boss.
Boz.
Boz. A before L, except in the alphabet. No, it is before L.
Holding conversations by himself?
It's before literal.
It's a weird superpower that he has.
It's before literal.
Oh, I brought this up in Europe. Imagine having the superpower where whenever you said the word literally.
Yeah, bad one.
That happened. Like, man, it is literally a sauna in here. All of a sudden, there's burning coals and steam everywhere.
Yeah, piranhas.
Man, I'm literally starving to death right now.
And
oh, God!
And you're like, I'm literally fine. And then
somebody, any food.
You come back. You really have to watch your words. There's that, like, the idea of, like, a silver tongue, right? Someone who speaks something and it just becomes true. I always thought, like, in junior high, that'd be a really cool power. And then the more I've gotten, like, man, I've said some stupid things in my life. Like, I don't know if that's actually wise at all.
Like if people just did what you said, sometimes I say something stupid like, hey, why don't you go check over there in that corridor that we haven't seen in a month? And it's like, okay. Someone's like, uh-oh.
You're like, oh, no, I'm sorry, never mind. Like, I feel like you would
hey, why don't you go up that ladder? It's totally supported.
A silent man for a while.
Yeah, I would never talk.
Words, hey, here's not a fun fact. Here's a true fact. Words have power. Silver tongue or not. Use them for good. And
mostly.
Loving. Let's use them to get into the game.
We're in the game.
Here we go. Look at that. What I say is coming true. If you guys notice up at the top, more little circles. That means more rounds of fun. They got to win 5 rounds to take a map, but it's still map win score 2. Overconfident versus Nova. Buckle up. In the past, this has gone all the way. Final round every single time. So make sure you guys got a full cup of liquid that you can drink. Make sure you got a bowl of food that you can eat.
Make sure it's not toxic or poisonous.
Yeah, make sure it's something you want to drink that is good for you.
Still toxic, not toxic or poisonous, please. I know some of you might want to drink some silly things.
You crazies.
Those detergent pods I've heard have been quite the
those Tide
controversy.
Oh, Tide
That's why I said pick up on my clues, son.
I can't.
All right, Overconfident and Nova.
I was never good at that game.
Nova. Can they do it again this same week? Take out Overconfident.
A cup full of Team Liquid. What a callback. I appreciate that.
It's done onto Shifu. Pros are actually losing that trade heavily, and they're just going to find Taya in that mix. She finally gets enough for the tornado, but Bako's going to find himself in a weak trade as well, trying to get the weaken onto Shifu. He's just sitting there, and he snagged He snagged that orb right from underneath their little noses.
Counter not being hit there from Proster. He's found his way onto Stro. Using that space bar to jump away. Ninja's chasing down Bloom. Gonna be retreating back over toward a safe side by a verse. Gonna get some heals up there. Spreading the love between his teammates. Who's gonna find this round? It's gonna be Overconfident again. 2 rounds to 0.
Here comes the ult from Lucy, knowing that Sirius had just space bar. Didn't hit his counter either. Now he's just going to eat all this damage from Shifu. He finally space bars, but doesn't find a teammate to reduce the cooldown. Buckles all alone with a Taya and a Lucy. He'll go down to the M1 exchange. Yeah. And now it's up to these two, Ashka and Sirius. Can they get the cross kill?
The ultimate going through. Chasing down, Stro falls. It is just Ninjas alive. Before that Lucy ultimate up in the top left, Nova was ahead on HP overall. Even though Overconfident picked up 2 orbs, they still had the majority health.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it was after that, you know, again, like you said, they beautifully called out Ninja's spacebar was down. They threw the Lucy ult, and that just led one thing after another. I believe also Stro missed, or not missed, but I don't think his ult connected on anyone. I think everyone had their mobility to run out of there. So Nova, looking like they had it for a little bit. Overconfident turned it around.
Yep.
3, 2,
waiting for you to catch on.
What's happening?
Uh-huh.
Indubitably.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
This is going to be tough.
All right, Shifu wanted to go in. None of his abilities found much value, but Bako's actually down about half health. Now he's got to be super careful. What just happened? Did he just get his... Oh, I think he got more clarity. That's unfortunate. And then he jumps in, gets stunned. There's the Zephyr. The infuriating Zephyr for a Bako player. And then another clarity onto the Bulwark. They're just saving it for that Bulwark. It's probably the best value as far as an aggressive clarity.
Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, you take down Bako. He's got no way. You know, you've got the space bar as far as an iframe. You've got the E to dash away, but a lot of as a Bako, you rely on that Bulwark not only to negate damage, but to send some back.
Especially if you built speed forward.
And the moment that's gone, you go down. Overconfident up 2-0 right now against Nova. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong on this chat, if you guys know, if you guys have a better memory than me, but I believe between these two teams, it has never gone more than 3 rounds up. So neither of the teams have ever gone like 3 above the other. So if Overconfident picks up this round, I think this is the first time that we've seen them, at least in BattleRekt this season, be more than 2 rounds above Nova. Ooh, Haste not getting out of that Petrify.
Oh, that's going to be really big to petrify Shifu, but Stro left all alone. He didn't find any value in the E. This is really tough for him. He's just going to try and break line of sight and mount up. Shifu's stuck in this weird no man's land. He can't really attack anybody right now. He just won't find any value on the petrify. Bako's just trying to put Taya in her place. He's going to EX her into the wall, followed by an axe. She's going to take more max health damage. Ninja's now going aggressively for the spacebar.
Oh,
triple incapacitate!
Wow!
The stun, the push, the ultimate from Sirius. There's the quick turnaround. There's the health exchange.
Overconfident still leading, but by a lot less than before. And look at that, Taya goes down. Nova might be keeping this fact true. Let's see if Overconfident can find a cross skill here. Ninja's doing a good job. Procer tracking him down. The spacebar going through, the javelin just missing. The chase is on, the double petrify though. Beautifully down there by Bloom. They might actually find this kill here.
Got the petrify, he's just gonna get bursted down.
Yep, there we go.
One amazing Lucy ultimate can take them all out.
I mean, they are extremely low. Lucy gonna mount up. Taken off the mount by the spacebar. Uh-oh. Roll goes through. That means you're a lot further from your ultimate than you want to be. And Nova is not going to let Overconfident ever get 3 rounds above them. At least not for this round.
Ninja's playing calmly with the hunting Shifu. Spacing his counter, spacing his spacebar. He was about to get incapacitated, which would just follow through with an M2 to kill him. He pressed counter, forced Shifu to get the flick. At that point, he knew he had no material, and he had no more spears. So he petrified. Just long enough to heal himself up for everyone to line it up and get the final kill.
Holy Moses.
He played that very, very well, and Nova will keep this to a 1-round game.
All right, find out if they can tie it up here.
This time Stro spacing away from Shifu.
Down the bottom corner. Declared push going through. Bloom healing up. Rare Peep taken pretty low on Bako. Got to be careful.
Double in cap, just trying to follow. Get the kill on Bako if you can.
Oh.
The counter's going to get hit. The shield is on him, though.
Spacebar being used as well. Bulwark down. Bako's got to be careful. He's got nothing. Meanwhile, Ty's got the ultimate. We've been looking at Bako, but it's Stro whose health has gone down too much. And look at this. Nova knows, you know, when it's done, right? They're like, all right, we're done with this one. Let's just go on to the next one. Not going to waste any more time. Overconfident picking up 3 rounds here to Nova's 1. Back in Nova's court to see if they go 3 up.
Big party with the gang tonight.
Big party. Huge party with the gang. That's what I'm doing after this.
How big, Taya? How big is this party?
Hey, size doesn't matter. Round number.
I want to know if it's going to be a party where they're wiling out. All right. Why you got to bring that?
Round number 5. Here.
3.
Let it begin.
2, 1. Fight.
I want this girl's voice who like says this to like narrate my life.
You entered the office on a Monday. Round 1.
Begin. That's my dream, man.
Bako going in knowing the Tide doesn't have much available to her. No energy, no tornado. The stun as well onto the immaterial Shifu, so he's going to lose the value on that. They're going to secure the orb. Overconfident does have orb control when they are there. Look at the stun.
Wow.
Into the wall, the pushback. But now Shifu might just get melted. He's going to have to be careful. Bako just trying to stay alive. Trying to dodge all the damage, but he used everything to get away.
He had his E up. That's going to get him out from taking too much more damage there from the Lucy Goo, but look at him back in the hell, 11 HP. And Taya going to run around the corner. Verse just going to find him. It looks like Overconfident is going to go up 3 rounds against Nova.
The sun does fade.
I think this is the first time we've seen it. Holy snap. Holy snap.
Like water and oil.
Holy snap.
I am the sun and the stars.
Like water and oil? I don't understand how that worked when I was little. Freak me out. I wish you said that, because that's true. What do you mean you just don't mix? I just got to shake you up. Lucy. Maybe that's what she's saying. Like water and oil, we just don't mix
2,
unless
1, fight.
you shake things up.
She's much more deep than we first suspected.
A lot of philosophy. Oh, the double stun from
there it is.
reverse!
Not
Forcing Stro to spacebar out of there, and look at this, the panic Baco just not finding a break. BattleRekt going up.
Oh, literally Proster hasn't been touched. Proster single-handedly just probably won them the round.
Wow. Overconfident might 5-1 this. And actually it looks like they are against Nova.
Blue
Stro low as well, no opportunity for a cross kill. Overconfident.
That was gross. That was a gross one, not gonna lie.
I wonder if the loss on Sunday was just like, that was too much for them. They decided to like, no, we can't let that happen again.
Pissed!
I feel like one of those things, I think we see that a lot in any, look at any sport, traditional, non-traditional. You have a team who just is the best for a long time. Other teams, get to a level to start challenging them consistently, and then it makes them go, oh, you know what? Let's practice a little bit. And then they're just way better again. They just keep increasing that gap.
The complacency. Complacency is the curse.
So when Eagle Pineapple asked, where's Iva? Moo Cactus said, what's an Iva? Iva's my favorite champion.
I think he might be making fun of the weird capitalizations of letters. But even if he's not, Iva is a champion.
No.
She's an old granny. She's a big fan of Baku. Dang it, we're different heights again. I don't like that. Yeah.
Is that better?
Maybe not that.
Here,
That looks a little awkward.
let's go down here.
I'm a little too high.
How about that? Is that
You
better?
can see my jeans. That makes me weird.
That doesn't make you weird to see.
Makes me feel weird.
Most
Sorry,
people
I forgot a
see
word.
jeans.
When you forget a word,
Yeah,
it makes things way different.
that's true.
I don't feel weird. Or I'm not weird. I feel weird.
I'm weird.
Triple in cap. Let's check out the replay.
Probably won the round for Nova.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. They're all grouped up. Baca's like, oh, I see it. He actually was just aiming for 2, I think. I don't think he expected to get all 3. So when he did, they were like, okay, who did we kill? The lowest health one. You're going to see, bam.
I mean, the stun as well.
The Petrify actually saved her. The Petrify actually did save her.
Oh, we give her the shield, just a little too much shield.
I want to see how much health she has. I can't really read that with my crappy little eyes.
Okay, so who are we looking at?
So, but
Averse?
looking at Averse.
So 62. After everything is said and done, 40, 29, 20. Wow,
Yep.
exactly 20 HP. The Petrify gave her the shield.
The Petrify saved her.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the idea of like, hey, we're gonna lock him down, like no fault of theirs. Yeah, they found all the enemies in one corner. It's like, get a sweet Petrify. But yeah, in that instance, if they could have turned that around, that potentially was a misplay.
Yeah.
From Nova.
It essentially is, what is the mindset there? Because you've got a billion options, but essentially, I'm assuming what was going through Ninja's head, so that I can, obviously to give him credit for his decision-making skills. The stun from Ashka showed up, and then he was going to follow that up with a Petrify, and then they were going to go in the third.
It was just a little mistime.
So they still get the free 20 damage from his stun, and then Petrify.
Yeah.
So now you get a free double petrification with free 20 damage, and then you just get to go kill the third, who's got no more support. He's got nothing.
Who's next? Who's next?
So the idea
Everyone's
was,
a winner.
let's just go for the one that's low enough.
Yeah.
In that case, they did still win, so it's okay. But there's just too many options. Who do you go for? Who do you petrify? Do you just get Shifu out of the picture and try and take out the one that's
And again,
dead?
you all have to make this decision in a second.
Less than that.
You've got less than a second to make all of these calculations. That is what is expected of you at this top level. If you guys are watching this and you want to participate, we encourage you guys, please, 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 to sign up. This is a free tournament to join. There are no specifications. It does not matter what rank you're in. Grab 2 of your friends. Go over to battlefy.com/NGE-BattleRekt and sign up. The tournaments take place on Tuesdays. We whittle down to our top 8 for Wednesdays, and that's what you guys are watching right now. Just like zip it up, done. Here's my file. Here's my homework, teacher. I'm out. Like it's summer break. Sunglasses on, trip, hit the door, girls laugh at me, go home crying, get an apple thrown at my head on the way home, question everything. Junior high is freaking tough.
Wish that apples were called red or vice versa. You forgot about that step in that little mentality.
I forgot about that whole
You
thing.
forgot about that entire step.
Oh my goodness.
How was your guys' high school experience? I want to get to know, because mine differs a lot from people that I met. I did not really enjoy my high school experience. Not a great high school. Some really sketchy stuff, a lot of fights, gang problems. I don't mean to paint this bad picture of how I grew up.
Yeah.
There was kind of like a murder happened like right before I got to the
There
school.
was kind of like a
Kind
murder?
of like a murder. We've had a couple of lockdowns. I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it.
Our director knows where he's from.
He knows where I'm from.
He just
and
called it out.
It does kind of just stick on a little bit to the stereotypes.
But we're not going to...
What was yours like? Because I learned a lot as an individual, and I think I actually went in, because from there I went to university, And I think I had a lot of experience that people that I met hadn't had.
Oh, sure.
Just being able to understand that people come from different walks of life, and understanding that so early on in my life was actually really, really cool. Not to get too deep and real here on BattleRekt, but what was your guys' high school experience like? Did you love it? Did you hate it?
Yeah.
Do you forget it? Maybe you were drunk the whole time.
Maybe blacked out. My high school experience came from a very small town, small community, right? Everyone knew each other. You knew each other's families and like our parents' went to high school together, so you couldn't do anything without everyone knowing. A lot of the teachers who are our teachers also were our teachers of our parents and potentially grandparents, which is pretty amazing. Overall, as a high school, I mean, I enjoyed it. I think I had a good time.
I mean, you can just see the polarizing responses, which I love. My high school was fine.
Fine.
I was literally on a different planet 90% of the time, but overall it was great. High school was the best time of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people really enjoy it.
And if some of you are still in high school, good luck with the rest of it.
Yeah. Maybe this is a time for anyone in chat. You can give your experience to people who are still experiencing the world of high school. Just say, hey, if I could go back and do one thing differently, what would you do? Maybe you have a time to answer that. We are ready for the draft. Map number 2 against Overconfident and Nova. Let's find out what they decide.
I probably also should specify I didn't really enjoy my high school because 9th grade was the hardest 4 years of my life. So Lucy and Taya, no surprise there. Proster, guess what? Shifu, Destiny.
Ooh.
Whoa, Rare Peep on. What? All right, they're just going to swap it all up.
Pestulus and Bako.
Swap it all up. Rare Peep on Destiny. Ninjas on Bako. Stro on Pestulus. What do we got here, ladies and gentlemen? A new team comp. A brand new team comp. Destiny we don't see as frequently since that recent patch. Bako we've seen kind of a lot since that recent patch. Pestulus is always back and forth. Sometimes we'll see him a lot. Sometimes we won't. Yeah. So I don't know what to think of this. I don't know what they won with last week. I don't know if they found a brand new team comp to try and punish this, to really push through.
Yeah.
I don't fully know. What do you think, dude?
I think it's one of those things. Pestulus we've been seeing a lot more in EU. We haven't seen him a lot in NA. And I wonder if that, looking for that infest with the damage reduction is going to be a huge part of negating a lot of that burst from Taya. But we'll have to see. I think Lucy is just super strong. I usually pick that over a Pestulus any day, so I'm still going to give this one to Overconfident, but who knows? I'm not sure what happened on Sunday. If anyone's in chat, let us know on Sunday what happened at the tournament. What was the playback? What was the champions that were picked for them?
A lot of times, just going against the team that you don't see nearly as often can throw you for a little bit of a loop. Playing Taya into some champions you don't see as often. You might not have the interactions down as much in the muscle memory. You have to think that extra quarter second, that extra half second. That might actually slow down your reaction time. Going against a Pestulus, a Bako, and a Destiny. When you just look at the kind of protection they have. Destiny, you're dealing with a counter and a bulwark. So you got to be careful about hitting into that. You got Pestulus who can just kind of get away. He's got his queen, he's got his panics.
What I like about Pestulus against the Lucy is, let's say you've got that's a Pestulus, you're staying close by with the other 2 members of your team. Lucy decides to ult on top of you. Maybe Destiny's got her jump out, but Bako's got nothing. As Pestulus, you can space into the Bako, reducing so much of the damage. You can heal it out later, and you're now not taking damage from the Lucy ult either. So it takes that member out, which might save on a lot of damage here. But here we go already. Counter being hit. Running right in. Proster using that immaterial. It is up. Waiting for the M2. The infest goes through.
Just waiting for the infest to change targets. Bako trying to bait out that M1 into his bulwark. He just couldn't find the value. Shifu using the material to get out of the EXE from Destiny. Proster is playing this as good as he can. Finally, his counter gets baited out of him. The infest is on him. He'll take increased damage, but the damage comes a bit too late. There's the double link cap. Saves Bako from some damage, but Proster there to save the day. Save Taya from the final blow. She's got an ultimate.
Yeah, 2 ultimates actually on the side of Overconfident here. Proster just building up. Rare Peep's got to be careful there on Destiny. 40 HP. Mind control. We haven't seen that a lot. Onto a Taya while ulting. Trying to have a run away from the rest of the team.
It might be low, but they can get the first kill with the potential damage.
Overconfident from the orb. Yeah. Again, that is no small feat against a Destiny. Destiny has such, we talked about this, has such good orb control up here at the top. Let's see what's going to happen. Who's going to go down first? A double M cap going through. The panic, the ultimate, just to guarantee the kill. Counter not going to be hit.
Oh no, just missed the M2. The infest that increased damage may have taken one out, but I still don't know if they would have been able to handle the pressure from the other 2 that had so much health. There's so many cooldowns at their disposal. Overconfident will take the first one, but it's close, even with this unique team composition.
Yeah.
It's close.
Again, not hating it. It's fun to see Baka, like you said, after the buff being used so much here at the top play. I think this kid's super fun, very versatile. Now with that stun going automatically onto a Z, we've been seeing him play it a lot more.
3, 2, 1.
But just don't want to downplay how big of a deal it is. You know, with Destiny, got the spacebar, can knock the orb away, got the Mega Sphere. There's a lot of opportunities to get that orb, and Overconfident found all of them in that last round.
Taya has almost no value right now. She has no tornado. She's got no more cooldowns. Baka wants to punish, but the panic will keep him just enough at bay. He's going to be able to stun and then push through. The 2 stuns, followed by a full M2 onto Proster. Red team get the orb. This is an amazing start for Nova.
And Nova doing a good job here, but look at this damage onto him first.
There she goes.
Up in the corner, force use tornado. Good job. Was that a triple incap?
Might have been.
That would have been huge there from Proster. 61% on the side of Overconfident, 70 to Nova, so only a 10% difference. Boosting at the orb, it's gonna go over to Nova as well. They found 2 orbs and a Verse is running for his life, 17 HP.
Don't go too hard.
Yeah, no, he did. He went too aggressively, and he is gonna go down for this. The ultimate goes through.
1, 2.
Getting the bounce. That's all they're gonna need, though. The infest.
Oh, this actually could be kill. That is.
Yeah, there we go. Nova, even with the too much aggression coming out from Bako, with him going down, they are going to find those kills where it was needed. And that was just a good job from Nova, controlling those orbs, keeping that health deficit just greater and greater between them and Overconfident. And when it come down to it, even though they did lose a member, everyone on Overconfident was just so low. It was easier for them to find those picks. A great job there from Rare Peep, using that ult to clean it up.
And I love the decision to just stay in there. They're all so low that the moment that one of them has not enough cooldowns, you can just pick and choose which one you want to kill.
Hey, VR guy! You're done? All right, VR guy, you've done a lot of work. Enjoy this final match.
Done for the day. But knowing that he had to go in there, knowing that he used a bunch of cooldowns to try and stay alive and that he had the advantage in that situation, Proster just melting Bako as much as he can. And Verse trying to support with the M1s.
You just got to be careful there. The space we're going through, but Nova is going to find it. Oh, look at that. Right out of the Petrify. Rare Peep taking a good chunk of damage. The shield's going through from Pesho's. Going to knock out of the EXE. Getting the stun there onto a Verse. The Ninja looks like he's just being punished, and Proster is not done. He wants more. Swarm getting a little bit of damage mitigation onto Bako. Overconfidence knocked that one out.
And that was the stack up on abilities. You saw Barrier and a Tornado onto Shifu. So Bako knows he wants to go in on this. Ty doesn't have much left to her. No Tornado for her, no energy. The Barrier's probably back by now. The EXE to push one at bay. In cap onto Pest. There's the EXM1 from Destiny. Give them the shield. Stay alive just a little bit longer. The Barrier's about to be off cooldown. Trying to get the kill, but he got the wrong one with the E.
Look at that. Proster getting extremely low. He's one more shot away. Rare Peep did a great job baiting out the counter there, and they are going to find him. Nova might be going up here. They got to be careful. 2 members on their team extremely low, and Rare Peep getting even lower. The Queen, the stun. They find the cross kill. It's a 2v2 now. Support and ranged against support and melee. Oh, the ultimate. Let's see what's going to hit. 1 Scarab missing, going for the heal there. Another Scarab missing. He goes to the 3rd one, but already Baka was at max health. So effectively no value there from that ultimate from Pestilus, except for maybe buying time.
Oh, the Petrify knowing he can line up the Infest to mitigate the damage.
I like that.
Nice reaction from Pestilus. Now this is Bako's chance to go in the in cap onto 1. The Clarity Potion to get the in cap away and push Bako out. He needs to shield. There's the Queen to get the heals. Who's going to get this orb? This orb could turn the fight. There it is. Red team secure it.
It's a big pickup for them. Getting some energy, getting some max health back. The jump going through. Taya, Barrier forced down upon him. There's some cooldowns there. Ninja's got to be careful. The bulwark comes up. He's got to be careful. He is running back. He knows he's got nothing. He jumps.
He goes in to get value on the FS. There's the Clarity, which means there's nothing left. You can get the push. There it is. They take the Taya down. The panic as well. Bulwarked right in to Lucy.
Yeah, the end cap here.
Nicely played.
Yeah. Nova doing a good job. Oh, look at that mind control running out to the side. I think we talked about this last week, but the question for chat, if you become mind controlled, do you think you can still see? Do you think that you can still see what is happening? You just have no will to change it. Because if you can't see, that makes it a little less scary. Like, if I'm running out into the Death Vortex, but I don't know what's going on, maybe it's just peaceful, right?
Give a pineapple, you're damn right. So, talk about that split-second decision-making by ninjas. No matter how low he was,
Yeah.
you know you have to find value in your ability. So when you're infested by Pestilus, he's used his only escape, but he's also mitigating damage for you, severely reducing the damage that you take.
So run in.
Go in.
Yeah.
Because the moment he's out, he'll place a queen, he'll heal you up, he'll get the M2.
He also uses spacebar, I think, to dodge the deadly injection explosion there at the end.
Yeah.
Timing that really well.
Also, if you don't, then they're just going to punish Pestilus. If you don't go in to make them use their mobility, the moment Pestilus comes out, he's just a giant sitting duck.
Rare Peeps did a great job. I want to say this before I forget of last round. Spacing toward Proster right before contact. Proster popped the counter. Rare Peeps like, nope, backed out.
Oh, Proster actually took so much. He lost his trade pretty heavily, but he found Pestilus. No, the Mega Sphere won't get popped, and there it is. The Lucy Ultimate is going to deal just enough damage onto Destiny, but is it going to be enough?
Right now, 47% on Overconfident. Pretty close, and that orb is huge for Nova right now.
Polarity Potion, the Bulwark no longer there. The EXE to try and keep Baco safe. He's got an ultimate.
He got the Scarab as well. The first one going to heal Baco. The second one going to take down Proster. Let's see if Overconfident can find a cross kill here. No. That is going to be the range going down, and Nova going up 3-1 against Overconfident here. Maybe they're looking at Overconfident. They're going, look, you 5-1 us, we're going to 5-1 you. This is the day that the one-upsmanship is just sublime. That's the word I'm looking for.
Sublime.
Sublime one-upmanship.
Subliming also is the definition of something going straight from a solid to a gas.
Oh. It's also a lemon.
3,
a lemon is sublime.
2, 1, fight.
All right. 3-1 against Overconfident. Jumping right in here. Taya panicked right into Baco. The spacebar going through. Look at that damage. That was an M1 also. Just like this, a verse is gone. I mean, non-stop pressure. Starting all off with the panic right into Baco.
Dan, that's huge. That's huge for them.
I mean, this entire finals has been these close back and forths, and to have something like that happen, that's amazing for Nova. That's got to feel great.
Yeah.
This is why I come here.
I imagine, to kind of echo what Jakul is saying in chat, a verse might move to somebody else. Jamong, Destiny, who knows?
Right.
A verse equals erased.
That's exactly what it is. A verse equals a race, Simberger.
3, 2,
Zamiberger.
1, fight.
All right, here we go. Nova, one more round away from going to a final map here. Will Overconfident come back and win 4 rounds in a row? Not impossible, not unheard of, but man, against Nova today, it's going to be tough.
Barrier down. Went on to Shifu. They're just going to turn and find him instead. They're just going to try and panic away. The panic into the stun. What a nasty combination. Just watching him run into the stun was probably one of the dirtiest things I've seen in a long time. I've actually never seen that combination of abilities. Just waiting the in-cap to stun. The counter has happened, but what does he have left? The Mega Sphere will find damage.
Oh, wow, Proster. Immaterial now just coming up, using it to get those greens. Now he's got to be careful. In that EXE from Destiny, can't go in or gets in cap. The barrier now on him. That's down for the rest of the team. And here comes the ultimate from Pestilus. 2 onto the healing. The third one not going to find damage, but the healing was enough.
Proster has nothing left. The panic into the M2. He didn't find the spacebar. Baco couldn't get the damage. He's going to in-cap. Can they get the burst damage? Onto Destiny. Nearly get the kill right there, but Pestilus able to keep her alive.
Taya's got an ult.
Baco stole the orb right from underneath them, but there's 2 ultimates for blue. One for Taya, one for Lucy. They can't get an easy burst on somebody. Proster nearly dead. He actually iframes out of the EXE from Destiny. Eureka is right there. It comes. Everyone has to try and get out of there. Proster still staying in the fight, so confident with what little health that he has.
Versus got to be careful. There we go. The ultimate to get the shield. Gets stunned. Look at the barrier on top. Knowing that Ninja's is chasing him down. He's going to run away. The stun goes through. Nope. Getting deflected by the bulwark.
Stealing the orb as well.
Oh, wow. 4 orbs to 0.
How is Proster still alive? How is he still alive?
Proster and Sifu, baby.
Still can't kill him.
Look
the
at
EXE,
this.
the spacebar, he finally goes down, but will Baco die as well? No.
Wow. Nova, map number 1 going over to Confident. very handily. Map number 2 to Nova very handily. 2 5-1s. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the finals in week number 6 for NA.
Defend your garden.
And here we go. We are going into a third map. I really like the Pestilus. I think using the Infest to mitigate damage has been so. We've been talking about how what BattleRekt has evolved into is really comboing multiple ults, right? It's finding these big moments where you can take your ult, I can take my ult, and we find a way to just do a ton of damage, or force you to use a movement so that I can do a ton of damage to you. And what Infest does, it takes you out of the fight. So it takes one of your if the enemy has Pestilus and I'm going to ult him, now Pestilus is gone. So that's that much damage I could have been done, negated. And now he's also mitigating damage to the person he's on. So it's just such a huge value swing. And I think it's a really good pickup in this meta of building up a lot of bursts, finding these potentials to just go in. Pestilus sees you, and if his Infest is up, he's like, cool, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
And there was some absolutely clutch Infests from Stro. Got to give him huge credit. Yeah. Ninja's playing like a monster on Bako. The amount of orbs that he was able to steal single-handedly.
Oh, Ninja's.
Being able to keep Taya at bay is huge. You know, even just eating part of the X strike at his back, or eating part of an M1, doesn't really matter, but he bulwarked just in time. There was a 9 health orb behind him. He bulwarked to keep the M2 at bay. She wanted to M1, but she didn't want to bulwark, and then he turned around real quick, M1'd it, stole it right from underneath him. Wow. He did that several times. He got the double in cap as well mid, and then pushed the orb away from whoever was left into a wall. What little walls are on
Found him.
Day
Found
for
him.
whatever it's called, Sky Ring Day. Sky Ring Day.
Confirmed.
I'm drawing blanks. My brain is literally firing at every cylinder.
Yeah, yeah.
Replay.
Let's watch the triple kill from Nova. Starting up here, first kill gonna be, I believe it's on the Proster. The ultimate here, the Scarab getting hit into the end cap. So there's one. I believe it is a verse to follow. The snare going into, Ninja's running up, got that bulwark. The knockback not gonna be enough from the M2. And then Bloom going down. The Bako ult to finish it off. And it feels good. When you finish off a round, you get that 3-1. You're like, yeah, did it. Sweet. Our plan worked.
One of the huge things, and this is one of the few things I can give insight to, talked about it as a guy who mains Bako, just watching the decision-making from Ninjas is 100% of why he's finding so much value on Bako. Knowing that when he's got a shield, knowing that when he's got Infest, knowing that when he's got support at his side, that he can start finding
just aggressive.
Just go. Yeah. Because it's when you're timid is when, let's see, a Pestilus spacebars into you to get away from something. But then there's that double, right, where like not only is it his iframe, but he's also mitigating damage. And then you make a decision like, nah, you know what, I don't really want to go in. I don't feel very confident going in. Now you've wasted that capacity, that potential. Right. But if you're also tracking, you know where you can find a space bar. Like, hey, I know I can actually land on Taya. Yeah. I just watched you use Tornado. She can't get out of this. Yeah. So I'm going to land on Taya. She's going to try and do some burst damage, but she can't because I've got Pestilus on me. And then it's going to land right next to me, start burst healing me, put the queen down, help me out. You're like a weird carrier with your own support. Yeah. And it's super cool watching the decisions that Ninja is making, how confident he is when he knows he's got a Pestilus inside of him.
Not by your side, in your side.
Yes, in your side. But I heard that we have a suggestion from VR Guy.
Yeah.
For overtime? Is that what he said?
For overconfident.
For overconfident.
So I think he's got a suggestion for what overconfident should do. Okay. That's the lineup. Yeah.
That's overconfident.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Get rid of Taya.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a suggestion of who goes in?
Nope.
Who goes in? You don't know?
No idea.
Let's find out. Yeah, yeah. Who goes in?
Whoa! Teleportation. Here we go. Here we go. Who is it? Who's it going to be? What do you think?
Hey! Bako is the man. So that's the team comp for overconfident. Bako, Lucy, let's see. Shifu. Yeah. Why not?
Sounds right.
That's just in your face.
You know what? I want to see it.
Yeah, overconfident. Do you think VR Guy has what it takes?
Are you that confident?
Are you that confident?
Can you take the suggestions?
Well, let's find out. Right now,
VR Guy.
The draft is ready. Overconfident going to pick first. That's part 1. Lucy's part 1. Nova, Destiny, Pestilus. It worked for him last time. Let's find out again. No, they're gonna stick.
He's gonna stick.
They're staying with the Taya Shifu. So hey, big middle finger to VR Guy.
Big middle finger to VR Guy.
One Taya-sized Mohawk middle finger.
First, what you got a problem with VR guy?
You want to talk about it in Chatterverse?
VR guy, give us some juicy shots of when a verse dies. Because I know what you want to do now. Because he pretty much said, no, screw off.
But I like this. This is overconfidence time to go. Now I'm going to show you why we were right in
This
picking
is why their name is overconfident.
This is what this is.
This is it right here. We just lost with the team comp, but we don't give a damn.
Oh man.
We are overconfident.
Yeah, poor VR guy. Exactly, chat. I'm sorry. Exactly casuals.
Let's not forget, you filthy casuals, that was a 5-1 victory.
From Nova.
That was a stomping.
Yeah. So first 5-1 from overconfident, 5-1 from Nova. Will this be another 5-1? Will this be a all the way final round? It is map number 3. After this,
My heart's racing.
after this, it's done.
It's either because this game's exciting or this
Oh, the
is
coffee.
cup of coffee number 5 of the day.
Nice. I just touched your pulse.
Off camera, things sound so much worse. He touched my neck near the jugular.
You got to be very descriptive when you're off camera.
Yes.
All right, who do you think is going to be chat? Will it be overconfident or will it be Nova? Again, Nova overconfident with this insight. Thank you again from chat. Coming off of this weekend, a loss to Nova, have a lot to prove here. But in not only that, but they have even more because in BattleRekt, this is their domain. Will Nova be the people to upset this throne?
Destiny getting the push and then hitting the counter. Then he just goes for Pestilence instead. The Swarm is now on himself, which means no shield to help out Baco. The stun, he gets interrupted by the E, that's it. I mean, the frustration right there, he's done.
Red team won the
Yep. Done. Everything he threw out just got completely nulled.
He is D-O-N-E dead,
He
ladies
is
and gentlemen.
D-U-N finish.
Bros.
All right. No, not a great round for Nova, but overconfident, playing that so well. Reading every ability by half a second, knowing when things are coming. A little bit of luck might have worked in their favor. A little bit of intention might have worked in their favor as well. Little column A, little column B. Column C as well, where you just kind of pray to RNGesus and hope for the best.
Yeah, that box is always checked
Always check.
in life.
Blue team
Overconfident,
wins the round.
finding round number 1. I can see someone in chat asking, getting 5-1 and picking the same team comp. Yeah. Yeah.
It's called overconfident.
That's their confidence in knowing that these plays were extremely close. Did you just see Baco? Did anyone else just see that?
I wasn't looking.
He spacebar over the corner, and I think we actually saw his body jump over the wall and then teleport back into the map.
Oh, that happens all the time.
What?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Dang it.
Not to rain on your party.
No, my party's been soaked.
Again, got to be careful with this vocabulary that we choose. The EXE to keep a verse in place. She has the Tornado almost getting stunned. Baco's going to keep them at bay.
Oh,
Shifu's left all alone. There's the barrier. The Megasphere won't find contact. They'll get an orb to help him out, but his counter, again, posting a selfie.
Look at that. I mean, and just to show you, Proster was up in a corner with 3 members of Nova, and he was able to get out without taking much damage at all. I think even healing along the way. And that is just the elusiveness of Shifu. Proster knowing how to play him obviously so well. And you're going to see the power. And there we go, the ultimate. Getting 2 members. Going to be immaterialing. Going to watch out for that Queen, and overconfident going to find their second orb here of this round. Oh, both counters.
Oh, the M2 around the wall into Baco. Well played by Averse. And there's an ultimate to try and take down, but the M1's from Destiny to try and stay alive. She won't take any more hits, but Baco might go down here. There's the stun and the final blow. Averse knowing exactly when to put pressure on for the kill.
There we go, Destiny going down as well. Averse got an ultimate. Won't even use it. Doesn't need to use it.
Doesn't need to.
Those tornadoes from Averse, Taya's tornadoes.
Wins the round.
When we see them, I feel like when we see Averse use them, they are key times.
It is. What can be described with the phrase "sick nasty."
Doob. Sick nasty doob. That is the phrase that we all love and know here at BattleRekt.
I love that Rare Peep's using EXE on Taya because she's so mobile, but it keeps her in a little pig pen. Nothing she can do to get out of there. She might want to think about using a tornado, but that's a big waste of a tornado.
Ooh, the panic after the javelin connected means that yes, Proster's by you, but he continues to run to the other side.
Oh, Ninjas.
Oh, look at that damage there on Stro as well. Trying to use that Queen. The in-cap comes through. Infest not going to connect onto anyone. He just uses it to get out of the way. The counter followed up. not going to be hit by onto Rare Peep, but a Verse with the stun to finish off Pestilus. See if there's an opportunity here from Nova for a cross kill. Looking like overconfident. Has got map number 3. Will this be a 5-0? Here goes nothing.
And that's the way to one up, right?
Yeah, it's like we 5-1, we 5-1. I guess the best thing we can do is 5-0 you. Overconfident, 2 more rounds away.
Spear is as sharp as the day I bought it.
Gate bug.
They're talking about what I mentioned earlier about jumping and getting it, and people think he can get a head start.
I don't think he can.
I don't think he can either. Because right now he mounts up and you can't spacebar.
3.
So I don't think there is a head start you can get, but it just looked really funny. All right, here we go. Round number 4, overconfident. Looking good to take this all the way.
Roaster just finding Pestilus and hunting him down. Wow. No panic will come out of that queen.
Meanwhile, though, Verse taking some damage. Force uses Tornado to get out of there, and here comes Ninjas.
We want to try and take out a Verse while they have a chance. Before Proster can do the damage, he's just going to iframe over the EXE from Destiny. There's a shields, the EXM ones, but then he's just going to accidentally hit the counter onto Proster, who is looking mighty healthy, eating his veggies, full health. Bucko again putting pressure onto the Taya. There's Eureka. Can he get out of this? The EXM1, the shield will actually keep him alive. The Infest as well. This is still good. Their support being alive is massive for them. Bloom just finds himself in between 2.
Nova finding that orb also going to be helping them out, giving them some HP back. Averse, though, got his eyes onto Ninjas, and usually when those eyes are on you, you're not making it too far.
Averse.
Holy snap!
Get comboed!
Until Ninjas is like, stop looking at me, freak! And he kills you. That's when it happens.
You and your mohawk, you weird lady.
Here we go, the jump, but he does not have anything to negate the deadly injection. It is going to go off, and they're going to find the cross kill there. Proster is at full health, 230, 10 off full health. Proster has not been touched. Holy snap.
Nope, and he's got an ultimate, and he's just waiting. He wants to kill. He's just waiting for Pestilus to spacebar. It's all he's waiting for.
Mega Sphere now going through, but you can't wait for too long because while you're waiting, Bloom is taking a lot of damage. You have to heal up. There's the panic. Another nice panic there from Lucy.
And it put him right into the stun. I love that. It's such a cool combo. Nice, eating the M2. There's a panic as well. They're just going to... Oh, she knows she wants to go on Lucy. Bloom's got an ult.
Yep.
Oh, this might be the end of Pestilus. There's the... Oh, the ultimate. He's just going to immaterial and ult as well.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, he couldn't stay alive.
The Infest was down. Not going to be enough. The counter not being hit. Let's see, can Rare Peep 2v1 this? It is going to be dang tough.
Dang tough indeed.
Oh! Pop back down. Overconfident. Even when losing a member early. Find a cross kill. Now 1 more round away from 5-0ing Nova here in the finals. Whoo, buddy.
Man, just when you thought Taya was okay, she got CC'd all hell.
Yeah, once that tornado was down, Nova saw the opportunity and was like, hey, I think she's ours.
It was just one after the other, and eventually the stun from Destiny proved to be just a bit too strong.
Ninja's knocking her back through it.
1, fight.
Let's find out, will Nova come back with the craziest comeback we've seen? Or will Overconfident 5-0 this right now? Proster looking at Stro, got a lot of damage, but Bloom for Overconfident.
There it is, the mind control. Look at that, just shoving Proster to the complete other side. They need to get the punishment right now, but they couldn't push Ty into the wall.
So fast.
Now Proster's already back, but look at that. Lucy's nearly dead. She's really low.
Averse.
X-Strike.
Averse has got to be careful. The barrier is down from Lucy. And Tornado as well. He does not have a lot of escapes.
Destiny down. No, Destiny stays alive. Oh, her counter won't get hit. She's going to EXE. She's going to push one out. The ultimate from Averse is sitting and waiting.
We got the double in camp, which is going to allow Nova, I like this, not going for damage on the enemy, just going for the orb. They want the overall HP. They want that energy of the counter. Not being hit from Proster. It's a big deal.
Nice stun from Bucko.
Here we go, the ultimate from the Scarabs. 1 hitting in the...
2. All 3 making contact. 2 for damage, 1 for heal. Lucy and Taya. Taya goes down, that's it.
Ooh, the stun to the wall. Overconfident's got to find a cross kill right now. The EXM1 is keeping Rare Peep alive. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Overconfident does get the orb. They have to use the space bar. Look, they might find her. They do. They get the cross kill again. Proster is absolutely ruthless. He gets an ultimate. He's taking him down. They may be going down a member, but that is not going to stop them. Overconfident 5-0ing Nova in the final map. Holy snap.
Actually disgusting what Proster can pull off with Shifu. He just went in early on. He saw Pestilus. Pestilus trying. Stro wanted to save the space for so long.
So great.
But he always lost too much health in the process.
Man.
That final round we saw Mind Control to send him away. It's just so hard to punish, to immediately punish a Taya and a Lucy. Taya, Permahaste, Lucy, Shield, Panic, Petrify, Roll, all sorts of business.
Taya,
Clarity.
Tornado, get out of there.
All sorts of stuff.
Also watching Shifu, like you said, being Mind Control so far out, mounting up, and having the Javelin to get right back in the fight. Like, he even has to travel less distance than most people who don't have that extra space, that extra jump. Woo!
That's pretty dirty.
We have a triple kill here from Shifu at the end, that final round we just witnessed. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Proster. My goodness. Counter goes hit, goes find it. There's the control to not hit the counter of Destiny. M2 going to finish off. Then I think he Javelins in here. Yep, and then ults. Beautiful. My goodness.
Cancels the ult, not wanting to get hit by anything. I guess maybe a panic was coming, or maybe at that point he just knew he had it in the bag. Then the panic followed by the full M2, M1, finishing off Pestilus before a single Scarab can get taken out. Trading maps back and forth.
Crazy.
But complete landslides. 5-1, 5-1, 5-0.
Yeah.
Weirdest thing I've seen.
Overconfident did one up them at the end. And
They
are Week 6's champions. Congratulations, Overconfident. $350 more coming your way. Nova, $150. Thank you guys so much again for participating in this tournament. For everyone who participated, not just who made it to the top 8, but for all y'all. All y'all who made it yesterday and today. We got some sweet highlights of that last map. And the last matchup, VR guy, look at those juicy angles. Those pots. I mean, like, whoever lives in this world, right? Whoever's the potter, making a lot of money. Because they replace these pots every single match.
It's mostly, nope, I got nothing. I want to think of something clever. I'm gonna be honest right here, guys.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
That's okay. That's fine. Look at that. Peaceful.
Shameful moment of my life.
Peaceful
as a caster.
darkness.
Shameful.
When you got nothing?
Yeah, when I got nothing. I pride myself on always having something, and I got nothing.
You always have something.
Not this time. I just told you I got nothing.
You didn't go
Will
blank.
you stop?
You didn't go blank. Listen, I'm a cup half full man. I'm a cup half full man. See, you can just do that.
Yeah, that's true. I can just make jingles.
When in doubt, make a jingle. Well,
I'm not lying though. If you do sing your way through the day, even if you're just making up stuff, it does get that much more entertaining for yourself. You're just like, going through the front door, whippity-do. And like, you just make up stupid stuff.
do.
It's
Grabbing my
fun.
cup now. We got the bracket ready. Pull it up for you guys. There it is. Right?
Overconfident.
Yeah. I'll give you a backbeat.
No backbeat.
We got
No,
the
we're not that serious.
We got the guitar.
We're not that serious. We do have the guitar.
Okay. Overconfident, making 2-0. How we play them going to the semifinals. Japan's finest, apparently not. They got beat by Overconfident, and then 2-1 in the finals, and Nova got killed. $350.
How much better was that, guys? How
How
much better do you feel right now? Feel inside of your heart.
Right now, just cut off all
Feel it.
all exterior and focus on interior.
See? Making up words, but you all know what he means. It's all about the context.
The intention, baby.
Who cares about English words?
It's the intention.
If you understand what he means, he literally did exactly what he was supposed to do. You got a thought? You okay?
I'm just reading chat. And
What is chat saying?
they brought back Banana Man.
Banana Man?
Yeah, Banana Cup guy.
Banana Cup. Oh, this is, 2-month-old Banana Cup.
Hey guys, appreciate you all being a part of this. This broadcast is basically done, but if you want to tune into next week's broadcast, we've got that. We have 3 more weeks to go. EU for our time is going to start 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and as you guys just watched, NA starting at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so can't wait to see you guys there. Thank you all for participating. Thank you all for watching. Carpet,
Wait,
thank
don't sign
you
off yet.
for casting. I'm not. I'm just thanking people.
Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh, thank you.
Yes, only
Guys,
you.
thank you.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. They don't deserve it. They didn't earn it. They didn't earn it. They got food for lunch That's all they've earned today. We don't give them any more than that. No props for them.
Look! There's a man who's subscribed to your channel.
My God, why?
He's throwing your emotes in.
I haven't streamed ever.
You've got your emotes in chat.
You're a sick man, Dravelin, but thank you for the sub.
Look at
I
Dravelin.
guess.
The sub port.
Was your last. Talk about the oranges.
It is true.
So tell the whole story from beginning to end.
Yeah, so the Greek word, I think I tried to explain it later, but the Greeks used to use the word that, for the color we see as orange. So this color here, they didn't call that orange, they called that red yellow. Like there's a Greek word for red yellow that they used to use. Yeah, that's red yellow. And then I don't know, like if one day they just saw the orange tree and we're like, well, we call those oranges. That's the same color. Let's call that color orange. And then the color was named after the fruit. The fruit was named first.
There you go.
Pretty crazy.
It was one of your fun facts of the day, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I have any more fun facts. I don't like ending on one unless it's like I'm just going to deliver an actual true fun fact to you guys.
Yeah.
Fun fact, after this show, I'm going to go play some BattleRekt. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm a sick man who just can't get it
Fun
out of my
fact,
system.
we saw Xander
Yeah, there you go.
in the semifinals.
Oh, if you, on the scheme of annoying people, just say fun fact before every sentence you say.
That's a really good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I'm going to lunch. Anybody want to join me?
Yeah, fun fact, feeling tired. Fun fact, setting alarm in the morning for 8:30 to make sure I get to work on time.
Fun fact.
Drove to work today.
Fun fact, I actually didn't drive. I carpooled. Other fun fact, this is getting tired and old, and I don't like it anymore. I've given up on it. All right.
But we haven't given up on you.
Anyways, my name's Finable Carpet. This guy's name's Total Loading. We have had an absolute blast with you guys today. We always appreciate the kind words we get from you guys at the very end. Seriously, it means a lot into our hearts. If you are brand new, I hope you tune in again. He gave you the broadcast schedule. If you missed it, rewind about 5 minutes. Honestly, just rewind at the beginning, watch from all the way from beginning to end.
Yeah, just rewind everything.
This is the best show you ever watch.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for making our jobs amazing and fun. I love it.
Seriously, thank you so much. And make sure you just leave this window open for 7 days. Leave it open. Don't press the Xbox. Throwbacks. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Fun fact, the show's over.